Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Afternoon. Sorry, this is already evening, but afternoon for me. Hello and welcome to Coolbet Open. We are live one more time for a second day in a row in our 4-day marathon poker session. Brought to you by Chesterfield Poker Club, Coolbet Poker, and of course, me, myself, and I, Christian Laas is my name. The tournament we are about to watch is Deepstack Championship, 330 euro tournament. We have 23 players remaining, and the blinds are 10,000, 20,000. This is day 2 of this tournament. First place takes home 12,000 euros, and everybody has guaranteed themselves at least 550 euros. It's a Deepstack Turbo tournament, 20-minute levels. So I expect the action to be hot and heavy. You can see the stacks in front of you. Mauren with 510k, Stein with 450k, Nidal with 220, 295, and everybody else with less than 10 big blinds. So we're probably gonna start off with a bang. We're probably gonna see a whole bunch of bust outs, double ups, all in, the best poker action that you could ever hope for. And here he is, Mauren Carlson. No, sorry, Mauren Zormati from Finland. He brings 510,000. He has one live cash prior to this tournament for 6.4 thousand euros. So one time cashing, one time doing a great job. But Christian is already all in with pocket eights, and Anders is thinking about calling. You can see the stacks are super shallow here. Anders with only 3.5 big blinds to start the day with, and contemplating whether he should call it all in with the ace-6 or look for a bit of a better start, better hand, and hopefully have a little bit of fold equity by shoving all in himself. Christian goes all in with eights. Anders makes the call with ace-6, and he's gonna be in a rough shape against Christian's eights. He's gonna need an ace, and we can see that one of the aces has already been folded. The ace-9 hits the muck. Sami with just 22,000 behind. He's gonna go all in. So he's basically bot committed there. He's calling with queen 8. So three-way all in. Christian can bust out 2 players here if his 8s will hold up here. So a6 against queen 8 against pocket 8s. So 212,000 in the middle now. Super important pot for all of these guys, but it's a bit of a crapshoot, it being so turbo. This shallow stack in the beginning, and there it is. There's the ace on a flop for Anders. Now Christian is gonna need an 8, and there's only one 8 remaining in the deck. Needs the last remaining 8 of diamonds on the river. Does not get it. We saw the ace-9 off, hitting the muck. Ace-9 would have won this monster bot, but Christian taking a risk, more than triples up here. Queen 8 is busted, and I think Anders is left with something like, we can see 200k still. Wait. What did I miss? Was there a huge side pot? I didn't think there was a huge side pot. Or Anders was just a huge stack. Because if I'm not mistaken, Anders started this. Christian, yeah, Anders is the one who tripled up. Christian is left with 70,000 after this. Yeah. Christian Arstad, Coolbet ambassador, started this table with 141,000, now loses about 70,000 or half of it. Christian Arstad, by the way, total 305,000 total live cashes. 92,000 is his best ever tournament score, and also his Coolbet Bratislava 2023 115 euro tournament hyper winner. So proven winner. Yesterday finished second in the Nations Cup as well, so already off to a hot start here in Coolbet Open Tallinn. So So let's see if we can maybe get a couple of double ups and get his stack going here. Folds the 9 deuce, Nidal with 9-4 of diamonds. By the way, we also have a free buy tournament or a free roll tournament for you guys. 500 euros guaranteed free roll tournament. You can find it under Coolbet Open Rail free roll. The password is TV table. So 500 euros up for grabs for anybody wanting to play along with these guys today. Anders going all in with ace-8 of diamonds this hand. So 2 hands, 2 all-ins from Anders. Gets everybody to fold. Adds another 50k to his stack, and Anders is all cool, calm, and collected. Off to a great start here. Blinds 10,000, 20,000. Next level will be already 1530. I mean, I assume we're gonna make it to the final table within maybe hour and a half. Maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half, but you can see average stack is 255,000. So tournament average stack at the moment, when there are 20 players remaining, is 12, 13 big blinds. So definitely not deep stacks. So let's go over everybody. Stein Du Carlson starts this feature table with 447,000. Mauren Sormati with 510,000. Christian Arstart started with 441,000. Kasper Dawood started with about 300,000. Andres Bjorkheim with 73,000. Juho Kalle-Einari Santala with 65k. Ingvild Nilsen with 63k and Sami Tuomala with 62k. So basically 3 players with 3 big blinds, even 4 players with 3 or 4 big blinds now. So a lot of all-ins to come. There you have it. Christian definitely has to go all in here with the ace-10. 3.5 big blinds, there's 50k in the middle already. I mean, ace-10 must look like the absolute nuts in this situation. He's going all in for his last 70k. Definitely wouldn't mind if he got a walk. Basically gets a double up if everybody folds. But Juho with 65k himself, not a deep stack, probably gonna take the risk. He's gonna call the all-in. Ingvild started with 63, approximately the same amount remaining. She will fold. Stein from Iceland, he's gonna fold to king 4. Mauren. I mean, Mauren is getting pretty decent odds here. I mean, he's getting 3-1, even better, 3.5-1. Obviously not the best hand, but he's trying to figure out if he has something like 20-25% of equity with his Jack 5. If he has 2 live cards, then he definitely has it. So Mauren comes along, tries to get a double bust out here with the Jack 5, but he's gonna need to get super lucky here. But big stacks need to take those risks in hyper or turbo tournaments that are pretty shallow stacked. King Jack, ace-10, Jack 5, Christian looking good to triple up here. Let's see if his ace-10 can hold up. 235,000 in the middle. Jack 8 and a 7 on a flop. So pair of jacks for both Juho and Mauren here. So Christian is going to need a 9 or an ace to stay alive in this tournament, and doesn't get it. 7 of spades on the river gives Juho jacks and 8s with king kicker. Mauren eliminates Anders here, or Christian here, with jacks and 8s, 5 kicker or 7 kicker. And then there was 18 players remaining. 18 players remaining here in Deepstack Championship. Everybody now has guaranteed themselves at least 600 euros. Next money jump will be once there's 15 players remaining. And you can see Ingvild now very short stacked. 55,000 remaining for Ingvild. Gonna need to get a double up as soon as possible. Mauren and Stein, our chip leaders, with 400,000 or 430,000 average stack. 260,000. Players played for 19 levels yesterday. I'm guessing it was a pretty long bubble just by the fact that the blinds are this big. We even rolled the blinds back, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit. Pretty sure yesterday they finished at 20k, 40k. But I mean, it would have been just sick if we started with 2040 today. But I might be mistaken, but it would have been quite sick to start with. Everybody with average stack of 5.5 big blinds, right? Yo Geno, yo Odelvant, and hello everybody. Today's chat is in English if you're watching from twitch.tv/Chesterfield Poker. I was told yesterday that there was quite a lot of chatting going on yesterday, and I didn't even have the chat open. My bad. I do have the chat open today, so if you want to join the conversation, let us know what you think, who you're rooting for, or if you want to know what's the password for the free roll, join us at twitch.tv/Chesterfield Poker. And Odell, I think I can hear everything today. I can hear the table, the buzzing around the table, but it seems like players aren't talking that much at the moment. Obviously, we're playing for big money. Quite a stressful situation. Nobody with more than 20 big blinds, or approximately 20 big blinds, is our biggest stack. And Juho with ace-4, trying to figure out should he go all in from the high check with ace-4 of clubs. You know, I'm guessing you already know what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely going all in there. I'm going after that 50,000 in the middle, but Ingvill finds pocket kings. And she will make the call from the cutoff. Probably makes it look like a little bit of a tougher situation than it is, but she's gonna put the chips in. Hopefully tries to get a couple more calls, maybe even triple up, quadruple up, quintuple up, sextuple up, or however much it is possible. Nidal falls to queen 4, so heads up. But you can see ace-4 of clubs has 35% against the kings. It's basically a flip. It's basically like ace-10 against queen-jack. I mean, kings aren't in all of that great of shape, but I mean, I would take 65% any day of the week. But we see the ace on a flop like a dagger to Ingvill's heart. The ace comes on a flop. Ace, queen, deuce, 7, jack is the run out, and Juho eliminates Ingvill in 18th place, and we are down to 17, and everything is going as expected. But now we don't have any like proper short stacks. Obviously everybody is shallow stacked, but we don't have any more of those 3 big blind-ish stacks. But I'm pretty sure Ingvill finished in 17th place, so we should be down to final 2 tables, meaning that we will have 2 more players joining us. Right now you can see seat number 4, 1 local player is joining us, Mark Metzla, total 254,000 live tournament cashes, biggest score for 22,000, so very stable player in that sense. A lot of those middle link cashes for Mark Metzla. I played with him quite a bit myself, and definitely a strong player. I was in Chesterfield 1 hour ago, if you want to know. Were you really? Odell went. Was you playing something, or did you go back to Valgar? What's going on? How come you left already? I just got here. I went for 1 beer in Chesterfield Poker Club yesterday. It was approximately, let's say, midnight. I ended up staying till 7 a.m. Went to sleep at 10 a.m. Woke up at 1 p.m. and here we are again. It was a great time. I lost a lot of money in the cash games, but it was fun all the same. Stein with pocket 3s, 20 big blinds, cut off one of the bigger stacks off the table. Pretty sure his second biggest stack. Stein has 34,000, and his biggest live score is for 10,000 euros. He's going all in with the pocket 3s, the ultimate pressure puts it in, and you can see the pressure applied already. Mauren is in a tough spot here with ace-10 of hearts. Obviously, if he's gonna call, or should he call, we're gonna flip for a huge stack here. At the moment, the tournament average is less than 300,000, so should these guys go all in, we're gonna flip for 850,000 chips. Aw. By the way, Odevent, I ended up registering to a tournament yesterday, but I didn't even make it to the tournament. I just couldn't get up from the cash games. So my ticket I just got blinded out, I guess, unfortunately. But I want to play the mini main event. I probably play the mini main event. Moren with ace-10 of hearts, still trying to figure it out. I'm guessing he's gonna end up folding here, but I mean, you never know. I haven't played with Moren as far as I remember, at least. But ace-10 for 20 bigs, probably a bit too wide. Obviously, you're flipping quite a bit against the shove. I mean, pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, probably not even ace-king is not just gonna open jam. It's a lot of those like middling and small pocket pairs that want to do this. Something like king-queen suited wants to do this. But at the same time, do you want to take the risk with ace-10? Let's say he might do it with ace-queen, ace-jack. I mean, he might even do it with ace-king. How did your cash game go, Mikko? I ended up losing like approximately 1,000 peak blinds. So not that well. Not that well. But it was super fun. Very splashy table. I mean, that was expected. It's just like average pot was something about like 400 peak blinds deep. So it wasn't the tightest. We were straddling to 16 bigs and so on. So the game played a bit bigger than it actually was. We played 2-2. We played 2-2. No Limit Hold'em. Per G, Mr. Per G, Per Helge Gasan from Norway, has joined the table as well. He has total of 17,000 in live tournament cashes. His biggest score is 6.5k. So Mark Metzla in seat number 4, our most accomplished player at this featured table, at least, that after Astad got busted. Moren with King 9 of clubs is just gonna raise it up to 40,000. Mark with 10.5 big blinds. Let's go for Jack deuce. Nidal with the 9-3. He's gonna fold Anders, who started with just 60,000, now up to 200,000 after that triple up. Juho with ace-8 can definitely take a flop here. I mean, as per usual, all the options are open. Nobody would blame him if he just folds the ace-8, obviously. I mean, nobody would blame him, but I don't think it's the best option. But definitely there are some considerations about just like trying to not play too many post-flop hands with hands that don't flop that well out of position, but ace-8 I think is just a bit too strong. I think that's the best option Juho went for, just to call, play a flop. He's getting decent pot odds here. Just keep the pot small, but some players even want a 3-bet shove against aggressive player like Moren probably is. So two Finns going heads up against each other. King 10-6 on the flop with 2 clubs. So Moren absolutely smashes this board with his King 9 of clubs. Flops top pair and a flush draw. Juho with the backdoor nut flush draw himself and a backdoor straight draw. So I mean, if Moren is gonna bet 30k or less, Juho might take a card off here with the ace of clubs. Now I'm pretty sure it's the same table, so I said if it's 30k or less, Juho might take a card off. Now, I mean, Moren is testing me. He's betting 35,000, so Juho might not call, but no. He's still gonna call the ace of clubs being the magic card. Probably thinks that he might be able to even bluff Mauren out should just one more club come here. He knows that Mauren could not have the nuts here, but instead it's the 10 of diamonds on a turn. Probably gonna see quite a lot of checks here on this turn. It's a weird card for Mauren as well. Mauren has a lot of equity. Juho definitely can still have hands like King Jack, any tens that call the flop. Plus, Mauren's 9 of clubs kind of blocks the opportunities for Juho to call the flop with a combo draw or something like. Obviously, the 9 of clubs is counted for, so 9 8s, 9 7s. All those like Jack 9 type of hands, they are out of Juho's range here. So Juho is definitely more pair heavy by calling the flop here. By Mauren having the 9 of clubs, we can see that Juho just has the ace high, checks it over to Mauren one more time, and now I think it's time to go for a little bit of value. Try and target that 6, try and get a hero call from a 6, maybe weaker kings. I mean, probably all suited kings are calling free. Sometimes you're gonna value on yourself, but you have to assume the 10 is probably gonna lead to river. So, and more likely than not, stronger kings are gonna bet the river as well, at least like a blocker bet. King Jack might wanna bet something like 60, 50k here. So unless Juho is playing King Jack very snug, Mauren is probably good on the river, so he's gonna bet out for 60,000. I really do like the sizing. It's gonna get quite a lot of calls from hands like a pair of 6s, maybe a 5 of clubs, something like that, maybe even ace highs sometimes. Pair of 4s, 3s, deuces might even be in Juho's range, and Juho pays it off with just ace high on this board, and I think Mauren basically gets max value here, and Mauren now up to 585,000 in chips. Super, I think well played hand. Well played hand, and Juho just, he needed to see it, I guess. He needed to see it. We are down to 16 players, guys. $16 players, the blinds have gone up to 15,000, 30,000, so 75k in the middle every single hand. You can see average stack is 318,000, so every time you pick up the blinds and antes, you basically add 25% of the tournament average stack to your chip stack. That's how big the blinds are. Peter with the shortest stack, 7.5 big blinds. Juho with 9 now after losing this hand. Even less because the blinds have gone up. Peter actually with 5 big blinds, Juho with 6 big blinds, Anders with 6.5. So 3, 4, 5 players with less than 10 big blinds here. Per G or Per Gasand from Norway. Thinking about it with Jack 6, for some reason it doesn't want to snap fold it. I know there's quite a few players that actually want to open from under the gun looser than they regularly would, just because people give under the gun raises a lot of respect, because you know obviously from under the gun there's many players act behind, you have to be tighter. So if you kind of mix it up with weird hands from under the gun, you're gonna get quite a lot of respect. I mean, obviously, I think any ace worse than ace 10 is probably folding. Most likely even like ace 10 off is folding against UTG raise here. Pocket 7s for Nidal, so we're gonna see an all-in. 8 big blinds, cut off, decent pocket pair. I wanna see you shove, Nidal. And Nidal goes all in. Nidal 24,000 in live tournament earnings for him. Biggest live score being 11,000. Goes all in. Anders, he's the guy to call you with the ace 9 of hearts here. I mean, he called with called with ace-6 off. Obviously had something like 3 big blinds, but he's gonna make the call. We can see that it is going to be a pretty standard flip here between Anders and Nigel, unless somebody wakes up with anything better. 9 of diamonds hits the muck as well, so Anders with 1 less out, but still 51%. So basically a coin toss here for 479,000. One of those guys is gonna be either crippled or out, and one of those guys is gonna have a very decent stack, and what an exciting board here. Top pair, top kicker for Anders. Nidal needs a 6 or a 7 on the river, does not get it, gets 4 of clubs instead, and Nidal is left with just 43 big blinds, 43,000, sorry, just 1.5 big blinds, and Anders is up to 479k, so way above the tournament average stack. Anders started the table with 73k, so he has spun up a very good stack here. One of the chip leaders now with 16 big blinds though. 16 big blinds, it's not a lot, but it's an honest man's work. But these are the types of risk you have to take in these turbo structured tournaments. But I love what I'm seeing. Peter Talviste has also joined us from Estonia. You can see Nigel with just 30k remaining. Peter Talviste joins us with 90,000 or 3 big blinds. Juho with 160 and 5.5 big blinds. Mark Metzler with 7 big blinds. I mean, how long has it been running? 30 minutes. Do you reckon we're gonna make it to the final table in the next 30 minutes? Seeing these stacks, we might. We just might make it to the final table in the next 30 minutes. In 9 minutes, the blinds go up even more. And if you like action, if you like to gamble while also playing poker, it's it's exactly the tournament for you. Deepstack Turbo for a lot of money as well. We're playing for 12,000 euros. First place gets 12,000, second 7,275, third place 5,550. And so on and so forth. Now with final 15, everybody has guaranteed themselves at least 690 euros. Stein opens the action with the 8 deuce. Is gonna fold Moren with the big stack, folds the 10-6. Mark Metzler is looking for a hand to shove with, looking for cards to tango with, but it takes a little bit of a better hand than 7-5 off to do that. But Nigel, crippled after the last hand, but finds an absolute monster of ace-king. What a prime spot to actually more than triple up here. Going all in for the last big blinds. I mean, he's gonna get called. The big blind is basically calling already by just putting the big blind in. Peter Talviste, Estonian poker player, or a local, he's gonna fold to 7-3. Leaves himself with 75k behind, and Per finds pocket shacks from the big blind, so doesn't even have to put any more chips in. It's a classic coin flip, ace-king against jacks. And Nigel needs an ace or a king within the next 5 cards to stay in this tournament, and 3.5 times his stack with the blinds and antes here. So definitely a good spot for ace-king here. 15 players remaining. Let's see if Per eliminates Nigel here, or Nigel gets a little bit lucky by hitting the ace-king. 44% of the time he's gonna win every time. Now it's only 28. Nigel doesn't have the heart, so Per with a backdoor flush draw as well. needs an ace, king, or a 5 on a river to make a straight, gets a queen instead, and that means good game. Nidal gets 690 euros for 15th place finish, and Per now up to about 500,000 in chips. And we are down to final 14 already. Per Kaasan from Norway, Mark Metzla from Estonia, Peeter Talviste from Estonia, Juho Santala from Finland, Stein Carson from Iceland, and Moren from Finland as well. Moren Zormati, our chip leader with 585,000. What a brutal tournament it is. You need to take risks here. And guys, make sure you will play our free roll. I mean, Coolbet has done an awesome job putting up some free rolls for all the coverage viewers here, and 500 euros guaranteed free roll tournament. The password is TV table. It starts in it started 6 minutes ago, so go hop in the action, join the free roll. You don't have to put in any money yourself, and just give yourself an opportunity to win some awesome prizes from Coolbet. Anders with king 8 starts us off with a fold. Juho, let's go off the jack 3, and Peter 2.5 big blinds, ace 4 of clubs. It's going in, and it's going in now from the button. And big blind basically has to call. I mean, it's 2.5 bigs. Per with jack deuce, he's not gonna make the call. And let's see if Stein even looks at his cards. I mean, he's basically pot committed here. Gets 3-1, more than 3-1 here. So probably just has to make the call, and we're gambling. We're gambling, and it's looking good for Peter here. Has Stein's 10-4 dominated. Can run his chip stack up to 195,000 should his ace 4 hold here. 6.5 big blinds in the middle. Nice Keno. Queen, jack, and a 5, so a safe board for Peter. Stein still needs a 10 or running straight cards. That is not a running straight card, so just a 10 on the river eliminates Peter. But Peter instead more than doubles up. Now up to 195,000. And Stein down to 345,000 while we're down to 14 players. Next money jump is when we are down to 12. Right now everybody has 690 euros already. Once we're down to 12 players, we will get, everybody gets 850 euros. Juho, Peter, Mark with less than 10 big blinds. Stein with a pretty much a shoving stack himself. Per, Anders, Mauren, they can still play some flops should they elect to do so with 16 plus big blinds. But the blinds will go up one more time in 3 or 4 minutes now. So there's definitely not a lot of room to wait around. You're gonna hope to get some lucky cards, hope to get some flips, win them, win your all-ins and win the tournament, right? Mark folds. Anders has been running the hottest, has added more than 400,000 to his stack since the beginning of this featured table. In less than 40 minutes, he has approximately 6x his stack. And now with ace queen, comes in with a raise to 60k. Juho with pocket eights. I mean, it's going in, right? 5.5 big blinds. Juho goes all in. It's gonna get called by Anders at least, but should somebody else behind him, behind Juho, go all in themselves? I mean, Anders might be in a tough spot, but as it is, it's a very easy call for Anders with the ace queen against Juho's 5.5 big blinds. But Per, thinking about things with 9-6, is gonna fold. Stein is gonna fold to 9-5. Not the best cards hitting the muck for Juho here. A lot of his straight opportunities going away, and not too many aces or queens, but Maureen folds to ace 3. Anders makes the call. We're flipping for 400,000 one more time. And can Anders God run continue here? Can he eliminate Juho in 14th place and be one of the chip leaders of the whole tournament? I would assume so, by starting the day as one of the shortest stacks. Needs an ace or a queen. Juho needs anything but. 4-4-7 on the flop, safe for Juho. 8 of clubs on a turn means that that's all she wrote for Anders. Anders loses one flip this time, worth 395,000, and Juho now up to exactly that much. Anders still left with 300,000 or about the tournament average stack here. Hello, Avek. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Coolbet Open Deepstack Championship final day. We are going to play down to a winner, and probably it's not gonna take too long. I'm guessing, I mean, let's go. I assume it's gonna take, with the breaks, 3 more hours. I'm guessing the winner will be crowned within the next 3 hours, so it's gonna be an action-packed day. Quick one, sweet one, violent one, just the way we like to play tournament poker, right? And you can see one of the outer tables here, who are still remaining in the outer tables. Do we have any massive stacks here as well? It looks like seat number 2 with approximately 700 or 800,000, or twice the tournament average stack here. Mark and Stein have a really long poker today. They played the main event as well today. Avek, do you know if they made day 2? I'm guessing they made day 2 as well. But I mean, what a great day it would be to make day 2 of the main event, and then actually final table the Deepstack tournament as well, the Deepstack Championship. But thank you for the information, Ave. It's great to know. Peter with ace jack and 6.5 big blinds. The chips are going in. There's 75,000 in the middle to be stolen away. Definitely plenty of fold equity still with 6.5 big blinds in the turbo tournament. So Peter is gonna ship it in. Would definitely not mind to pick up the blinds and antes. But ace jack is a strong hand from the high jack. Stein cannot make the call with the 6-3, so it's up to the blinds. Gets rid of the small blind, and Mark does not find anything playable here. 7-3, I mean, he just has 5 big blinds behind, but you can't call with 7-3, unfortunately here. I would assume getting closer to the final table, 5 big blinds might even have quite a decent fold equity still as well, since everybody's kind of shallow. Pot odds mean a bit less than ICM odds in this situation. I don't know about them, I know I did. Congratulations, alright, that's awesome. With what stack though? You started, everybody started with 30k, right? So what was, how much did you bag? There's an all-in from the outer table as well. Didn't catch the hands, but it looks like nobody busted and the short stack doubled up here. Looks like for something about 135,000 or so. Yeah, exactly 135,000, so the doubled up player now up to 300,000-ish. Blinds have gone up to 20,000, 40,000 already. 13 players remaining. Everybody guaranteed themselves 690 euros. Should there be one more bust out, everybody up to 850 euros. Hello, Michael Knight. Welcome to the chat. If you want to join the conversation today, twitch.tv/ChesterfieldPoker is where our chat room is. And if you have any questions, if you want to brag about who you busted out from the free roll or whoever you're rooting for or whatever, just come and say hi. It's twitch.tv/ChesterfieldPoker. This Coolbet Open is being played in Chesterfield Poker Club, at the brand new poker club, the new place to play poker in Tallinn, Estonia, right in the city center, just very conveniently placed. And in Chesterfield Poker Clubs, there's basically 24/7 cash games, as well as tournaments running in the club itself and the hotel, a very nice hotel right next door, Nordic Hotel. Juho makes it 80,000 from UTG, but Anders finds the actual strong hand. Ace King of clubs, 235,000. If I'm Anders in this situation, when there's 13 players remaining, 12 will get a bit of a money jump. I'm raising to 230,000. I'm leaving 5k behind and hoping somebody busts from the outer tables. So just wasting a little bit of time, maybe trying to get this 150 euro money jump here. What is the age of this hotel? What a cool question. Let me see if I can Google it. Let me see if I can actually figure it out. Let's see if Anders goes. Yeah, he's going straight all in. I mean, Ace King of clubs. I mean, you don't have to leave 5k behind. Obviously, you can. Just, you know, there's a decent chance somebody busts. But he's going all in for 275k. And let's see if Juho feels that he is actually pot committed here. There's 415k in the middle. Obviously, he's getting decent pot odds. But 195k saved in this situation is worth quite a lot. So math-wise, he's probably gonna have to call, but at the same time, there's money math as well, which should make it a fold, in my opinion, but we'll see. So the hotel is 3 years old, so it's a brand new hotel, brand new poker club. Everything is brand new here. Chesterfield Poker Club opened its doors in late spring this year. Had its grand opening in the summer. So a really, really great place to play poker, and I'm happy I got a chance to do it yesterday myself as well, because I mean, obviously I stayed till 7 a.m. because I had a good time. I mean, just didn't want to didn't want to stand up. It's just very comfortable. Mark Metzler now down to 3.5 big blinds, 130k. Peter Talviste, 7 big blinds. So the two Estonians in their home soil with the shortest stacks. And Anders does get a fold from the king jack of Juho. Juho left with 8 big blinds himself. You got quite a bad audio quality, or is it just me, Michael Knight? Let me know if you guys can hear me well. I can increase the audio as well a little bit. If it's a bit too quiet, I added a little bit of volume here. Peter Talviste with King 3. He's gonna fold it. I mean, Mark Metzler is gonna have to find something in the next orbit, or he's gonna be all in, or he's gonna be forced all in with his short stack. Bad folds the 5-3. Stein with the 7-5. Now it's better. Thank you, Michael, for letting me know. Obviously, I can't hear myself, so it's great to get that input. Mauren with 9-8 of hearts and 13 big blinds. I mean, Mauren can even shove here with 9-8 of hearts. Mark Metzler finds the ace from the button. 3.5 big blinds. It's going all in. It's going all in, ladies and gentlemen, in the next I would say in the next 5 seconds, but Mark Metzler probably thinking about pay jump as well. Let's see if Mark Metzler is going to raise it up to 100k, leaves himself with just a little bit behind to maybe time waste a little bit. You see, those players, they're too kind. They don't use those sneaky little tricks. Mark Metzler just goes all in for 130k. Juho from the big blind is going to make the call. More often than not, this is going to be split pot. But should there be a 3 or a 4 on the flop, then we're not gonna chop it up. Mark needs a... I mean, he would love a 4 here. But wouldn't mind a 3 in case there's a deuce and a 5 next to it as well. Mark actually gets the 4. And now Juho is drawing dead. And Mark is gonna double up with his pair of 4s. Juho does not have any clean outs remaining. Queens and 4s for Mark Metzler. Juho now down to 145k. Mark Metzler up to approximately 300,000 in chips. And we are down to final 12 players now. Everybody has increased their payouts to 850 euros. Hello, Mr. Kaka Hirmutis. I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. I'm excited to see this action-packed table. Look at that. Our chip leader has 13 big blinds. Our chip leader has 13 big blinds with 12 players remaining. That'll show you how shallow the stacks are. We're gonna see a lot of all-ins, and this is gonna be all the way down to the winner, because we are playing 20-minute levels, and they played for 19 levels yesterday. So they had a long day yesterday. What about you, Kaka? I personally, yeah, I'm good. A little bit of maybe a little bit of the tiredness from poker, from a long poker session yesterday, but it doesn't affect me in that way that it's a bad tiredness. It's just like, you know, after a long grinding session, you get this good tired feeling, and I'm very excited to see the championship play out today. Stein started with one of the bigger stacks. Started with approximately 400,000. Has kept this stack anyway. Mark Metzler now with pocket 6s and 8 big blinds. Probably gonna see a back-to-back all-in from Mark. There's 100,000 in the middle that you're gonna have to try and steal away. And to maintain a chip stack, you need to shove these hands, in my opinion. Are you on site or in studio? I'm on site here. I wish I could show you. It's a really cool studio for poker commentator. I'm in the Nordic Hotel conference room. In front of me, players are playing the 150 euro no limit hold'em single re-entry tournament where there are 39 players remaining with a total of 159 entries there. I know even Odell Winch played this tournament, but yeah. I'm on site. I'm actually excited to be on site. I've met so many old friends, new friends, poker players just by being here. So I'm definitely a lot more a part of it this time. So thank you to Coolbet Open for organizing such a cool spot here. And the delay is 30 minutes. Super Mario, yes. And today I actually see the chat. People were telling me yesterday that the chat was actually active. I didn't even know we had a chat yesterday, so my bad. But I have the chat open, and I'm happy. Happy I do. Mauren, 510k, but he's gonna fold. Mark Metzler now with ace-5. I think after shoving 2 hands in a row, ace-5, now 11 big blinds, Mark is gonna end up folding to ace-5. I don't think... I mean, we don't know. We're playing 6-handed, right? So there's only 4 players to get through. Mark actually might go after it. So Mark is gonna raise it up. He's gonna just min raise to 80,000 with the ace-5. We're not playing full ring, and any ace is actually decently strong, especially when you're not playing in a super aggressive table, especially when there's a lot of fold equity here. Look at Stein. Stein is just very suspicious about Mark's raise here. Really eyeing Mark up, but cannot make the call with the queen 3, and Mark Metzla was down to, how much was it? 3.5 big blinds, or approximately 130,000 just 3 hands ago, and now back to back hand wins, and he's one of the chip leaders. That's just how it goes here today. If you get a nice run of cards, then you can add quite good, quite fast, or you can just switch positions quite rapidly. Per has just played one hand. You can see the VPIP of 9%, hasn't had too many good hands to play with. Mark Metzla on a bit of a heater now, and actually considering 6-9 of hearts, I mean, it's a sexy hand, isn't it? But he's gonna fold it. Fold it all the way to Juho, who is our shortest stack now, just down to 125,000. Per with 7 deuce. I mean, sometimes it's easier to get all those 7 deuces, 9 fours, because you're gonna stay away from trouble. I'd rather get a 7 deuce than a queen 8 of hearts in this situation that will make me wanna go after the blinds, and when somebody wakes up with something, it's just gonna get too expensive, right? Stein from the small blind with 6 big blinds, thinking should he go all in against Mauren. We could see that Mauren would not have called, but obviously it takes a little bit of not just courage, but I don't think it's super wise to go all in for 6 bigs with 5 high. I mean, you still have a bit less fold equity. Juho Stein with just 6 big blinds. Juho with 3. Our chip leader with 13. Mark and Marwan both with 13 big blinds. We're looking for our first chip millionaire, guys. It's gonna take Mark and Marwan to clash to get our first chip millionaire. But it's probably gonna happen before the final table, in my opinion. With the stacks the way they are, a clash is bound to happen. Juho is hoping to ship it in for the last 3, but cannot do it with 7 twos. Per with 4-3 off. Doesn't play the image, folds the 4-3. Stein with another 6-7 this time, and blind versus blind. 2 of our biggest stacks. 6-7 for Mauren. 100k in the middle. Does he want to go after Mark here? Nah, doesn't even want to complete from the small blind. Just lets it go, and Mark now picks up very important, his own puts in blinds and antes. I mean, you don't want to lose them. Every orbit is just too expensive, so whenever you get a walk, it's like a small little gift. 11 players remaining now. We are 2 players off our final table. 2 bust outs away. It looks like the outer table has been a lot more active with the bust outs, at least. Ever since 14 players, all the bust outs have come from the outer table, meaning that we probably have quite some big stacks in the outer tables. Considering tournament average is 463k at the moment, right? And our 2 chip leaders have approximately the average stack, meaning that we have a couple of players with million+ stacks in the outer tables. So I'm very excited to see once the final table arrives which chip stacks the players will bring to the table. Juho finds pocket jacks, easy all in. What a perfect hand to find with the last 3 big blinds. Per with ace 8 deuce cannot make the call. The starting stack was 30k. So everybody started with 30k. First place takes home 12,000 euros today, so not a bad chunk of change. This would be the biggest cash for all the guys besides Mark. All the guys besides Mark, this would be their biggest live cash they've ever had. And Mark, does he feel bot committed? Nah, he's from the small blind. Does Anders feel bot committed? 85k to call, 225k in the middle. He would probably assume that Juho is just shoving pretty wide there, and it's just very unlucky for Juho to find jacks here. Probably 9 and 7 doing decently well in this situation. So he does make the call. Needs to get super lucky to eliminate Juho here. Six, 7, and a 10. So Anders off to a good start here. Now needs a 7, 8, or a 9 to eliminate Juho. Does he get it? Now 9 would not help him. Needs a 7 or an 8 to make a straight. 7 on the river. 7 always coming. And Anders fills up on the river. 7's full of 6s. And Juho just ran super bad at this featured table and couldn't get his jacks to hold up. He will be our 11th place finisher, bringing home 850 euros. So one more bust out needed, guys. We're playing hand for hand for the final table. And it's been quite a rapid start to this. We played just 3 levels, so a little bit under 1 hour, and we have lost already 12 players, meaning we have 11 players remaining. The blinds will go up one more time in 30 seconds, or let's say next hand. And Stein is our shortest stack with 230k. Per with 365k. And you can see our table chip leader has basically the tournament average stack, 540k. Tournament average at the moment, 510k. We are playing hand for hand. 5-handed at this featured table. Next money jump, or everybody who makes it to the final table, will guarantee themselves 1,150 euros. And we're gonna open things up with an all-in from the under the gun player. In a few seconds we will definitely see what he's going all in with, but he doesn't get called just yet. Will Mark make the call? Whatever Mark is holding, he was actually thinking about it. But Mark folds the button. So now up to the blinds. Small blind folds. Will Per find something from the big blind to call with? Stein has gone all in with the ace-8 off for 230k. Per with king-7 from the big blind. Thinking about getting us to the final table, but I think he's probably gonna have to let go of the king-7. Obviously, there's a lot of money in the middle already. You're getting 2-1. We can see that Per is actually getting the correct odds here. But it's still, I mean, it's an under the gun player, plus you still have fold equity left once you fold. But does Per feel like gambling here? No, he does not. Let's go of the king-7. Let's go of the king-7, and Stein adds another 100,000 chips. We're still 10 players remaining in this Deepstack championship. And scratch that. No, we are not. We have lost another player from our outer tables, meaning that we have officially reached the final table in 1 hour and 2 minutes of play. Guys, we're gonna go on a small 15-minute break, and then we will resume with the final table, where we will play down to the winner, and the winner will take home 12,000 euros. So in about 15 minutes, you will get to know the players who reached the final table, all the money jumps, and all the way down to the winner. So don't go far, and good luck in the free buy tournament. The free roll password is TV table. Go and join the tournament, play the tournament meanwhile, and let's see you guys soon.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Andres Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joachim showing the tricks, how to play a very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had a warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Andres Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We of course played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joachim showing the tricks, how to play a very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And of course, there were some poker actions. We had a warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up, and of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We, of course, played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joakim showing the tricks how to play a very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And, of course, there were some poker actions. We had the warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up. And of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
So here we are at Coolbet Open 2024, and standing next to me is Jim Enterby, who won an amazing treat in Sweden. How did you get there, sir?
I qualified through Coolbet, and it was, I think it was 6 qualifications appearance, and I won 4 of them. So I have 4 packages to this trip, so it went quite well, and my plan is to win this semi-final as well now to Nations Cup.
But that's quite insane. So every country had their own Nation Cups, apparently. And Sweden had 6 different online qualifiers, and you scooped home 4.
Yes, 4 of them. So I'm happy with that, you can say.
Did you bring mom and dad and sister, brother? Who got the packages? You got 4 packages, understood?
Yeah, exactly. But I have 2 friends with me.
Very nice, very nice. And today then you have the semi-final. Do you prepared specifically?
No, not at all. I'm more nervous about this interview and then the play later on. So no, just to have fun and enjoy it. So
I have to say that he doesn't look nervous at all. You have done interviews before, I think. So tell us about you and poker style. I mean, you're aggressive, tight. How do you play?
Well, I prefer a cash game actually. As a cash game player, I'm quite aggressive, and that's has been my downfall in tournaments usually. But I have to tighten it up a little bit today, and when I play the main event in Coolbet later on as well. But I prefer to play cash game, and I'm quite aggressive player, and I only play Texas.
I was about to ask, so only Texas, 2-card poker, yeah?
Yes, only 2 cards.
Well, that's a nice game. And online, you play grind a lot, or occasionally? How much do you play online?
I was a professional poker player, so to speak, a lot of time ago. So I played 8 years, and then was a lot of online. So, but now, when it's only like a hobby, so I play only live at casinos and poker clubs.
I mean, we've known each other quite a bit, and I can actually say that you are one of the better players in Sweden, but now we have to scream Heja Sverige very loud. Come on, once.
Heja Sverige!
Last question. In Nations Cup, you will then meet fishes from Norway, fishes from Finland, fishes from Iceland. Are you afraid of, and Estonia, of course, are you afraid of the other nationalities, or do you feel comfortable as a Swede?
I'm always going to be the biggest fish in the pool, so yeah, I'm going to eat them all. Yeah.
That's good, that's good. We call it shark, yeah?
I'm the shark.
Cool. We have a follow-up question later, but now it's the semi-final. We wish you best of luck, and then hopefully see you in the final tomorrow then.
Yes, thank you very much.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
What a finale. We have a winner, Raiko Kok from Estonia, Tartu. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Nations Cup, winner 2024. How did you get here? Tell us the story.
Well, I played Satellite on Coolbet, and I think 2 times. And second time I won the package, and here I am.
Sounds so easy. Here I am. Okay, tell us about today. So you came to the final. Were you prepared to win, or what was the plan?
I don't know, someone sent me email a couple of questions, and they asked that what do I expect from this tournament, and I wrote him back that I will win this, and I did.
And you did. I'm happy for you. And was it a deal in the made, or?
Yeah, it was. No one wants to be a bubble guy, so we made a deal that fourth place will get 1,500.
So bottom line, you won how much? What's your payday a day like this?
The price was 9,500.
Very nice. And a very nice trophy.
Yeah, that was my goal this year, to win a trophy. So I did it.
Congratulations again. Any decisive hands, or was it something that really stood out in the final table?
It was pretty good run. From start, I got aces pretty early. Hard hand was when the second place bet value bet, and I didn't think that he had anything. I thought he had a flush draw only, and I called two pairs. So that was biggest loss on this tournament. So very, very good run.
That's cool. And I mean, you recovered that loss quite fast.
Yeah.
Can you tell, is there a difference in how they played? Was it a difference in playing style, or was it all the same good Texas players? Or
I don't know who was in this place, but he was really nervous. It was like his first tournament, I think. So big. So I don't know. But others played like usual.
like a home game in Tartu?
Yeah.
And your winning hand, the classic?
Snowmans. What can I say?
Hold the snowman, hold the trophy. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Winner! Woo! Admiral! Coolbet Open is in full swing. Yesterday we had day 1A of Coolbet Open main event. And also we had the Nations Cup final. And that means that we have players from basically all over the world flying down to Tallinn to play the final table. While in Tallinn, they and Coolbear, of course, enjoyed some proper sightseeing. Tallinn is a beautiful town. Basically all of Estonia is beautiful, but it's not only poker here. We should do some off time, tea time, sightseeing time. Today, a new day. It's day 1B of main event. We expect a massive field at Chesterfield and at Nordic Hotel Forum, and we hope that you will be one of the lucky few going to day 2. Now, back to poker. So cool. We have guests from far, far away. Hiroyuki Miyano from Japan, also known as Hero. Very welcome to Estonia.
Thank you so much.
And I guess that you arrived today, or when did you arrive?
Today. Yes, I came to today.
How long was the flight?
Maybe 13 or 14 hours.
And all good?
Very good.
And you are here to show us how to play poker from Japan, correct?
Yes, correct.
How long have you played poker?
For 13 years or 14 years maybe. Okay.
Do you have any expectations of Coolbet Open?
Yes, so much. Yeah.
It will be good, yeah?
Very good, very good.
Do you think that Scandinavians, Swedish, Finnish, Norwegians, are they fishes or are they sharks?
It's difficult.
They are fishes. Sharks are from Japan.
Yes, I am sure.
Do you play mainly Texas or PLO, or what games do you play?
I like Texas Hold'em actually, but I can play the Omaha or something. Yeah.
Do you prefer tournaments or cash games, or what's your game of choice?
Actually, I like cash game, but sometimes play tournament. And if I went to Las Vegas, so I always play poker tournament.
Here at the Coolbet Open, you will play the main event. Will you play other tournaments too?
It's main event.
Are you here alone, or is it friends coming with you, or how many will you be from Japan?
Me and my bosses coming.
Your bosses! Oh, never bring the bosses. That's the worst.
Okay, well, they hope that you win, yeah? Oh, that's good. So, we have a hero in town, traveled across the whole world. Hero, very welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
Thank you. I want to try it. Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'm sitting here with Felipe Barrios from Chile, who has traveled quite far to Coolbet Open. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you.
How does it feel to be in Estonia?
I feel very good. This is my first time in Estonia, my second time in Europe. So, very good. Very good.
And then, where are you from? I said already you're from Chile, but where in Chile, and a bit about you?
Yeah, I'm from Chile, I'm from Santiago, the capital city. I'm playing Coolbet since 2019. I won the first tournament that Coolbet sponsored in Chile. That tournament was in a series of tournaments in the National League of Poker in 2019. And now here.
What is your Coolbet nick?
My Coolbet nick is J Queso. Jota Queso, J Queso.
I might have played with you.
Yeah, cool.
And how did you get here to Coolbet Open 2024? Why are you here, and how did you get here?
Well, I won a qualification series of tournaments. I'm here because I took the first place after 12 tournaments in 3 months. I took the first place, and my partner Christian has the second.
So 12 weeks qualification round in Nations Cup in Chile.
Yeah, 12 rounds, and I won 4 or 3 of the 12 rounds. But I didn't play the first round, and I took a ticket, and I won a ticket on Instagram because I posted my nickname on Instagram, and I started to play from the second round. I won the second round, and with that money, I started to play the other rounds.
That's a good luck then. and then you won a package. What did the package include?
The packages includes the hotel, the flight tickets, and a ticket to the main event, and a ticket to the Invitational one, the Nations Cup.
And how did it go for you here live in Tallinn in Nations Cup? I heard you were a bit angry for a while. Why?
From yesterday, I've been very, very pissed, really. But it's normal, it's poker. It's part of the game. But I think I've never been so bad beaten in that very short time. But it's part of the game.
It's true, it's part of it. I hate poker.
No, I love poker.
I agree with you. So the next now is the main event.
Yeah, main event, and I don't know if I'm going to play something else. I'm thinking about it.
It's good to have you at Coolbet Open 2024. And thank you for having a good interview with you.
Thank you for the interview.
And good luck in main events. Ciao.
Ciao.
Sitting here live in Tallinn, Coolbet Open. Just finished Nation Cup, and the runner-up, Christian Arstad, 6. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel?
Now happy. Been a fun tournament, fun concepts, and yeah, it is what it is.
Can I walk us through the process? Nation Cup, what is it and what's the concept in Norway?
Well, we started off with open quarterfinals, free-for-all, and if you win that one, well, first and second got a seat in the semi-final. So we were 12 or 14.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's awesome to have you here in Tallinn, Estonia, whether you're playing the Coolbet Open yourself or if you're watching from the comfort of your home. We are down to Deepstack's championship. Final 9 players. Everybody has guaranteed themselves at least 1,150 euros, but the winner walks home with 12,000 euros and the immaculate, awesome Coolbet trophy as well. So here we have it. Here are your 9 finalists. Let me tell you, just 1 second, all the names as well. On seat number 1, we have Per Helge Gasan from Norway. He will bring 285k. Seat number 2, Ole Johnny Fagerslet Karlsen, from Norway as well. Seat number 3 is Marwen Zormati from Finland. Seat number 4 is Alger Pisarev from Estonia. Seat number 5 is Stein Karlsson from Iceland. Seat number 6 is Anders Björkheim from Norway. Seat number 7, Tago Tamm, very accomplished poker player from Estonia. Seat number 8, Mark Metzla from Estonia. And seat number 9 is Peter Talviste from Estonia. The blinds are 25,000, 50,000, so not a lot of wiggle room for any of these guys, meaning those 9 players have a total of 100 peak blinds to play with. So average stack should be approximately 12-13 big blinds. Tago opens it up from under the gun +1 with the king jack of hearts to 100,000. Gets everybody to fold besides the big blind just yet. Stein with just 4.5 big blinds behind. Will he take this hand to gamble with, or will he try and wait for another orbit, maybe get a couple of bust outs, maybe get a better hand? 4 big blinds should still have a little bit of fold equity, but not the most amount, but not against the raise. Should Stein go all in here, we're gonna see a flip for about 500,000 chips. First place 12,000, second place 7k, 7.2k. Third place 5.5, fourth place 4.3, fifth place 3.5, sixth 2.8, seventh 2.1, eighth 1.5, and Stein goes all in for 275, and the Estonian tries to bust out Stein from this final table on the very first hand, but he's gonna need some help. Stein ahead with his ace-4. Tago needs a king or a jack or some hearts. 625k in the middle. Super important flip for Stein, but as well for Tago, and Tago all but seals the deal. Flops top 2 pair and now needs to hold against the 3 on the river. Stein needs a 3 on the river. Can he get it? No, he may not. Stein is eliminated in 9th place, and he will get 1,150 euros for his troubles. And Tago Tamm now up to 1.3 million, and he is probably chip leading. Or very close to it. Yeah, Tago with 1.3 million. Ole Johnny with 860, Peter with 720, Anders with 550. Anders started today with just 73k and now is 4th in chips. Everybody now guaranteed themselves 1,575 euros, and I forgot to introduce myself as well. My name is Christian Laas, and I will be here with you all day today. Tomorrow we will bring you the Pot Limit Omaha 4 and 5 cards 8 max final table. So tomorrow's stream is gonna be super action heavy. Mine personally absolute favorite game is the Pot Limit Omaha. I'm super excited to commentate on the Pot Limit Omaha tournament, but first we got to get through the 330 euro Deepstack Championship. One of those 8 remaining players will be crowned the champion, will take home 12,000 euros, but who will it be? I mean, with the blinds the way they are, a lot comes down to luck, but you cannot. You can't be too tight. There is a lot of skill still involved in this in this structure. It's basically like hyper turbos, like hyper turbo sit and go. So you need to know your ranges, you need to know what you have to shove with, and you can't be too shy. 8-6 off for Alger. He's gonna fold it. On there is Queen 9, 11 big blinds, Queen 9 of clubs. Gets the walk. Gets the walk from the big blind. So doesn't have to go to war with the Queen 9. I mean, Queen 9 is a super trappy hand in my opinion. It seems so much better than it is. But I still can't help myself but play it. 25-50 average stack. 12.5 big blinds. So expect to see a lot all-ins. We expect to see quite a few flips, but still a little bit of playroom. Peter Dalviste with pocket 10, 720k. He's third in chips in this final table. Let's see if he wants to just shove for 14 big blinds, or he's gonna come in with a min raise and just open it all for a 3-bet shove and just try and call it off. He's gonna raise it up to 100,000. I like to play. A lot of players just end up going all in with 14 big blinds. He still raises it up, isn't afraid to play flops if needed. And Running Hog is in the chat saying, let's go, Ole Johnny from Norway. Welcome, Running Hog, to the chat. And let's root for your own guy. Couple of Estonians thinking about clashing here. Dago contemplating protecting the big blind here with Queen 5 off. Against under the gun +1. Probably a fold. Yeah, Queen 5 suited, Dago is definitely calling. Dago is not gonna make too many mistakes. I've had a pleasure of commentating on quite a few tournaments Dago has played, and very, very tough opponent for any table, but give him the chip lead in a turbo structure, he's gonna at least try and run over this tournament. I will guarantee that myself. So you can see 5 players with 11 big blinds or less. 5 players with an open shoving stack range. Peter is not one of those guys. He's up to 845 now. There's 125,000 in the middle every single time with the blinds and antes. So definitely players, if they get a chance, they're gonna ship it in. I think Per is gonna do exactly that with the Queen Jack. I mean, 5.5 big blinds on a final table might even generate a few folds. You're not gonna call it off with something like, I don't know, 7-4. Maybe you are, 7-4 suited, but Per is gonna go all in for 285,000. He is the shortest stack, gets rid of Ole Johnny. Maroen with Queen 8, he's not going to make the call. Alger will fall to 10-6, as will Anders. Dago with the Jack 3 from the small blind, he's gonna fold, so just one more player to get through, and it's Mark Metzler with 9-5, and it's exactly one of those hands that is going to fold against the 5 big blind shove. So Mark Metzler with the Blaze It stack behind 420. Per now up to an almost play stack, 420 or 410. Per now second shortest stack, but very evenly stacked table. I mean, the shortest guy, Alger, can double up against Dago and he will take the chip lead. With the blinds and antes added, he will basically take the chip lead. So everybody's still in this. Even the big stacks cannot just go all loosey-goosey calling, eating a sandwich, calling all ins, because should they lose, they're gonna get hurt. I played Coolbet Open last year, but unfortunately couldn't go this year. Roning, I'm glad you're here today, I mean in the chat at least, but you are missing out of the brand new Chesterfield Poker Club in Tallinn. I don't know if you've been here before, but we are definitely hoping for you to come back soon and play those satellites to get a package or something. Hopefully all is good with you. And the reason you didn't come isn't anything isn't anything bad, but just I don't know, personal things you needed to do back home. Per raises it up to 130,000 with just 8 big blind starting stack. A kind of a wild race from Per here, isn't it? Mark folds to 10-9. Peter is probably gonna fold to 10-4, and Per just adds another 125k to his stack now, up to over 500,000 now, with 8 players remaining. You can see the money jumps are gonna get a lot bigger from the top 3, but still, I mean, there's significant for sure. Every time somebody busts, especially when everybody's kind of shallow stacked, there's so much money to be made by just laddering up, because everybody's at risk at all times. So if you can just, you know, ladder up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, that's instant money you're making. Ole Johnny, second biggest stack with ace-3, he's gonna fold. Marwan lets go of the king-9. Alger doesn't want to play the 6-4. Anders releases the king-2. Stago doesn't go after it with a mystery hand, but Mark from the button with the ace, he is gonna put the chips in. 100% sure Mark is gonna go all in here from the button. Just the perfect stack to go all in with ace-6 with. You're gonna generate a lot of folds on the final table. Plus 125k in the middle is just super important to go after. So Mark is going all in. He's gonna get rid of Peter, but one more player from the beat blind to get through. And it's surprisingly active Per, who wasn't super active all the way to the final table, but now on this final table he's been opening queen 10s from under the gun with 8 big blind stacks, and he's now actually thinking about calling the 10-7. He's probably gonna get the count and fold the 10-7. I would be super surprised to see Per call here and wait for a better spot here. But I can't blame the players for asking the chip counts. I mean, with the blinds being super high, you're getting decent odds anyway, almost always. But this one is gonna go fold, and Mark will be left with 520 and Per with 435. Just changed job, work 1 week and 1 week off, but next year I'm there for sure. Great to hear, running, and I will be here with you. I'm really enjoying the Coolbet Open this year. I've been here every single day and can't wait to bring you guys the pot limit Omaha 4 and 5 card pot limit Omaha final day tomorrow. 5 card PLO is such an action game. I mean, regular PLO already is quite an action heavy game, but add another card to the mix. It's my favorite game to play when I'm drunk. You can't do many mistakes if you're not too if you're not too tight. It's a super gamble-heavy game. Alger with 7.5 big blinds and ace-3 of clubs. I mean, definitely wouldn't be a mistake to shove here. I mean, he's gonna lose another 125k in 2 hands. But at the same time, everybody's quite short. There are money jumps in play. But Alger is gonna ship it all in with ace-3. Goes the more aggressive routes, plays for the win. And I love to see it. I mean, if a player plays for the win, he has my respect anyway. But I mean, nobody would blame Alger if he just folds the ace-3 here and just tries to ladder up for a few orbits. Peter lets go of his button, but Per finds pocket 9s, and more likely than not, Per is gonna call the all-in, and Alger is gonna be in trouble against Per. Per has Alger covered as well. Per has pushed the chips all in. He's done it, and now it's up to the poker gods. Both players basically all in here. Per left with just one big blind shoot. Alger find an ace or some clubs. But Per in a great shape. 71% for the Norwegian against the local player Alger. 860k in the middle. Will Alger find an ace? No. Or even if he does, it's a set for Per, but a flush draw for Alger. So what an exciting flop, and what is that for a turn card? Alger gets the nut flush on a turn and crushes Per's dreams with the ace high flush, and now Alger, one of the chip leaders with 860k. Per left with just one big blind after getting cooler here, and now in a lot of trouble, and more, I mean, super likely to finish this one on 8th place. Now, if I am Per, I'm folding aces here. Maybe not aces, but I'm folding 99% of the hands, and I'm just trying to ladder up until the big blind catches me. Now, the reason being, if Per even doubles up here, he doesn't add too much equity to his stack. I mean, he's gonna need like 2-3 double ups in a row. So it's more likely for somebody to bust before Per than for Per to actually start doubling up 2 or 3 times in a row. So if I'm Per, I'm folding everything, hoping to get a few more ladders, and if I'm all in from the big blind, then I'm all in from the big blind, and then let the poker gods do its thing. But I don't think, I mean, I'm guessing Per, should he double or triple up, he's adding like, let's say 150 euros to his equity. But with every ladder, he gets an extra 600 euros, extra 700 euros, then up to extra 1,000 euros. So I'm giving myself a chance to ladder here. And at this point, when I'm down to one big blind, I'm stopped. I'm not playing for the win anymore. I'm playing for maximum amount of ladders, but that's me. Dago thinking about calling here with 8-7, and he's not even calling. I mean, raising it up with 8-7 to 100,000. So as I thought, Dago is gonna try and run away with this final table, given the chip lead. He's gonna open pretty wide until he gets a chance to do so. Once players will start playing back at him or finding super good hands, Dago will shut down a little bit. But given the chance, he will open things up. And 8-7 offsuit, I think we can all agree, is quite a wide open. Per doesn't agree with me that he's, or at least he's not going for any more ladders. He's just gonna put it in with the Jack 10. We can see that Per is actually ahead with his Jack 10, but not anymore. Ole Johnny comes along for the party with 4 deuce off. He's calling from the small blind with 4 deuce off. What will Marwen do now? I mean, Marwen has the best hand with the king jack off. Just 50k to call, getting 7-1 pot odds, but just knows that should he call on any flop that he connects with, he's basically pot committed and would like to stay away from trouble. But Ole Johnny calling with a 4 deuce off is just is a decent surprise to me, at least. King 10 and a 5 on a flop, so Per flops a pair of 10s, takes the lead on this spot, but Ole Johnny, who shouldn't even be in this spot, only player with a club, and gets the club on a turn. Ole Johnny will probably eliminate Per here, unless Dago bluffs Ole Johnny out. And I don't see too many reasons to start bluffing here. There's not too many chips in the side pot. Maybe something like 80,000 off the 355. So Dago will check it back with his pair of 8s. Queen of diamonds on a river means that Ole Johnny will eliminate Per unless Dago bluffs him out of the spot. It does go check, check. Ole will turn over his 4 deuce. Per gets the bad news that unfortunately flush is better than 2 pair. And Per G will finish this tournament in 8th place. He will take home 1,575 euros. And we are down to 7 players. Maruen with the shortest stack here, 405k. Mark Metzla with 520k. Anders right above him with 525. Peter 720. Alger 860. Ole Johnny, after winning this hand, has joined the Millionaire Club up to exactly 1 million. And Tago with 1.1 million. And the blinds have gone up one more time. We are playing 30,000, 60,000 now. So 30,000, 60,000. No players with more than 20 big blinds. Eight-5 off for Mark. He will think through for a few seconds every single situation, but usually finds the correct answer to the problem solving that is poker tournaments. Peter folds the 5 deuce. Ole, let's go with the jack deuce. Surprisingly, I mean 4 deuce is good enough. Marwen, our shortest stack, finds the ace king of diamonds. What a perfect hand to go all in with. You're adding approximately 40% to your chip stack by just picking up the blinds and antes here. So Marwen Hollywoods a little bit, goes all in. Alger might even make the call with a pair of 3s, and he will make the call. And Alger's pocket 3s against Marwen's ace king of diamonds. We are flipping for 870,000. Basically what was expected. We're gonna see a lot of flips, a lot of all-ins, until at least one player will run away from the other guys. Marwen needs a king or an ace and gets a king high board, so looking in a great shape to double up here. Needs to avoid a 3 on the river. Close but no cigar. Marwen doubles up to 870. Alger now down to 395. So very important flop for the Finn. Gets the king. You can see the Chesterfield Poker Club from another angle. This is our TV table. A little bit separated. We have a designated rail area as well as 10 poker tables. A little bit of skill games as well. You can play some blackjack, roulette, I think Ultimate Texas and Baccarat, if I'm not mistaken. So 4 skill games as well. Now, Anders, Mark and Alger all with less than 10 big blinds. And the difference between 5th and 7th place is, let me tell you, 1,500 euros. So since they are super evenly stacked, I mean, you can make an extra 1,500 euros by letting other players bust before you. So I'm expecting to play the snug up a little bit, and probably Dago is still gonna play like quite active, try and apply some pressure, knowing that nobody wants to bust next, and he's the chip leader. Just a perfect spot for him to try and pick up a few blinds and antes, 150,000 at a time. So even with Queen 10, I think he's gonna raise it up to 120 here. Makes it 125. 5 blue chips in the middle from Dago. Mark folds the 8-5. Peter with pocket 7s. Will we see an all-in here? 275,000 in the middle. Peter has the 4th place stack against a chip leader opening from under the gun. I mean, it's a rough spot for Peter. Let's see how fearless he is. I mean, I'm not even sure if it should be an all-in. I'm actually not super convinced that 7s isn't just a fold considering the ICM. But Peter knows that Dago has been quite active, has played against Dago quite a few times, I'm sure. in quite a few final tables. I think it's a good fold, actually. I honestly think against the chip leader, with the chip stacks being so even, chip leader opening from under the gun, I think sevens is a fold. So definitely not blaming sevens for folding there. Folded around all the way to the big blind with king deuce of clubs. 7 big blinds behind. I mean, anywhere but the final table, it's an easy call. But with the ICM, I think Anders has to fold the king deuce. But Anders doesn't agree with me. Anders makes the call, so heads up to the flop. Anders actually head with the king high. 340k in the middle. Dago needs a queen or a 10 or anything but a king or a deuce. I guess he can get Anders to fold on the flop. But instead, it's 10, 9, deuce on the flop. So top pair for Dago, bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw for Anders. We gotta see a small bet from Dago. Dago is gonna bet something like 60 to 90k. It's gonna go close to min betting here, in my opinion. At least that's what I'm assuming. So I think it's either 105 or 80, yeah. So Dago goes a bit bigger, goes for a third pot size here. 105,000. And what do you do with the pair of deuces? If you're Anders now, Anders think it's a spot to go all in. He's going all in. Dago makes the call, and it's a 1 million chip pot with Dago Dam having 69% against Anders king deuce. Anders needs running clubs, a king or a deuce, or else he will be eliminated, and Dago will be our chip leader. Even bigger chip leader now. Anders is drawing dead. 1 million chips goes over to Dago Dam, and Anders takes home 7th place money worth 2,125 euros. Now, I mean, it's gonna be a rough. It's gonna be super rough to play against Dago here. Difference between 2nd place and 6th place is more than 5,000 euros. It's more than, well, about 5,000 euros. Let's call it 5,000 euros. So, and the difference between 6th place in chip stacks and Ole Johnny is 11 big blinds. So we're basically evenly matched, and I'm guessing Dago is gonna start like close to any 2 opening here. Obviously not any 2, but I mean, he could, I'm pretty sure he could go all in blindly any 2 hands, and people would have to fold so many times that it would be profitable. Obviously he's not gonna do it, but I'm pretty sure Dago going all in this spot blindly any 2 cards would be a net profitable move. Just by getting like 2 blinds and antes, he's getting the same amount of money that the short stacks have. Ole Johnny, 2nd in chips, raising it up with the ace-10 off. Against the chip leader though. So this might get even more interesting. Makes it 120. And Dago with the same hand. Ace-10 off for Dago as well. Now, would be a sick move for Dago to just chip it all in now. I don't think Ole can call, or could call. But Dago is just going to defend against the raise, knowing that Ole is probably not going to open super wide against the chip leader's big blind. So, same hands to the flop. And Dago out of position here against Ole. Jack 8 and a deuce on a flop, so Dago misses completely. So does Ole, but Ole has the backdoor flush draw. Check, check on a flop. 300k in the middle. 4 of clubs and a turn. Will Dago lead in here, or will he be happy with the ace-high showdown value? No, given the opportunity, Dago will choose the more aggressive route, as he should. With the chip lead, he leads in for 155,000. Love the size. Goes for half the pot, but still could definitely shove the river. And Ole has to fold the ace-10. Dago now up to 1.7 million or 33% of the tournament chip stacks. 6 players remaining. Everybody guaranteed themselves 2,800 euros. The winner takes home 12,000 euros plus the trophy, of course. We cannot forget about the Coolbet trophies. Smallest stack with approximately 350k. And Dago is all smiles at the moment. Peter, believe it or not, one of the bigger stacks with 720k or 12 big blinds. Third in chips. Ole Johnny with Jack 6. He's gonna stay away from trouble. Marwen with a mystery hand, but no, he doesn't want to raise it up. Alger with 365. But Queen 6, he's gonna fold. Now Dago with the small blinds. And a Jack 4. Against his countermate Mark Metzla, will he just chip it in with the Robbie hand or not? He's Dago in basically any 2 territory here. Can definitely still limp as well. Can just min raise and maybe fold against the shove, knowing that his opponent is not gonna ship it in super wide. He's gonna ship it in quite snug. So Dago makes it 100 and something, 140,000. And Mark Metzla with 9 to 5 of clubs. Trying to make sense of this situation here. Doesn't want to let Dago to run away with this one. And maybe, I mean, I wouldn't be like too surprised to see Mark shove here, knowing that Dago might be raise folding, but I mean 9-5, you're gonna need a little bit more gunpowder here. So it's been all Dago dumb, almost up to 2 million in chips now. With 6 players remaining, what a perfect spot for Dago. I mean, look at those chip stacks. Ole John is second place with 15, Marwen with 15. These guys have so much to lose by busting out next. They just need to wait for Mark and Alger to bust out first with 6 big blinds and 6.5 big blinds respectively. So they are just tightening up as much as possible until those short stacks have busted and they made themselves an extra couple thousand euros. And Dago Dam is just abusing this situation. Everybody knows what he's doing, but there's just basically nothing they can do about it besides just getting some lucky hands. And they're gonna need it soon. Otherwise Dago will be with something like 3 million once the short stacks bust, and then he's gonna be too far away to catch. I mean, you're never too far away to catch, but you know what I mean. It's just, it's gonna be quite a hill to climb. At the moment, as it is, Dago is still like, he's in vision. Ole Johnny with the ace-7 off. I mean, if I'm Ole Johnny, I'm folding the ace-7 any day. Every day. Yeah, I like the fold from Ole Johnny. Marwen. He's folding, so now the chip leader and a couple of short stacks to act. Alger. Queen 9 off. Is this the hand he's gonna go with? I don't think so. I don't think so, Timmy. Yeah, he's gonna fold to Queen 9. Now Dago doesn't need much to raise. Especially, I mean, the big blind ante has already passed Mark, so Mark can definitely wait for another orbit. So Mark is not gonna go all in super wide, and the big blind player is actually the 3rd biggest chip stack or 4th biggest chip stack, so he's gonna apply pressure. He's gonna go all in with the 4-3 of diamonds, and just a masterclass of a final table chip lead run here from Dago Dam. Peter, he's not gonna fold with the 4-3, and Dago by just picking up the blinds and antes has added an extra 600,000 or 700,000 in chips. So let's say somebody calls his next all-in. He's basically free rolling the all-in with the blinds and antes he's picked up. Now up to 2 million in chips. And everybody else is slowly but surely dwindling down to a shorter stack. Now, how much time does Alger have? Alger has approximately, 2 more hands. 2 more hands until he has to put in 33% of his stack blindly. So Alger is probably looking for a decent enough chance to ship all in while he still has any fold equity. Once the next 2 big blinds go in, he will not have a lot of fold equity, and then he's gonna have to hope to get lucky to find some cards. But with 6 big blinds, he still has decent fold equity. Tago might just go all in here. Yep. Tago is shipping it all in with the Jack 10 off. Mark actually finds a strong hand. Ace Jack suited. I'm guessing Mark is gonna call this all in. And he's gonna have Tago in great shape here. Or he's going to be great shape against Tago. Mark makes the call with the Ace Jack of diamonds. Tago at this point is hoping to have 2 free cards or live cards, which we can see he does not have. Would have worked against Ole Johnny, would have worked against Per, but does not work against Mark, and Mark in a great shape to double back up to 890k. Needs his Ace Jack to hold here. Tago is thinking that the flop is gonna come 9, 8 and a deuce. Let's see. Needs a 10 to eliminate Mark. Couple of deuces and a 6 and a flush draw for Mark Metzland. It's gonna be very difficult for Tago to eliminate Mark here. Just 2 outs remaining and just 1 out remaining because one of the 10s was folded by the big blind player. So Tago doubles Mark up to 890k in chips, but still chip leading with 1.6 million in chips. I'm very much loving the way Tago is playing the chip lead though. Even though he took a little bit of a hit there, he's just playing the optimal strategy with the chip lead, in my opinion. Just continuously applying pressure. But one of the chip losers, I mean, Mark was the shortest stack before this hand, and now he's second in chips. That's how close the stacks are. Now it's Alger's turn to find or try and find a double up. Still with 6 big blinds. Next hand, the blinds will go up to 40k, 80k, meaning that Alger will be left with less than 4 and he's gonna have less than 5, and he's gonna have to put 2 of them in blinds. So I'm guessing if Alger has anything playable, he's gonna ship all in this hand from under the gun. Something like 9, 8 plus, I'm thinking should be Alger's range here. But we live and we learn. 6-7 suited. I mean, it should be quite close here for Alger. He still has fold equity, still has a bit over 6 big blinds. 6-7 suited plays decently well should he get called. I mean, it's a rough one. We're gonna have to wait and see. Definitely not a fist pump snap call all in. Definitely not an easy fold. Just such a weird dynamics. The blinds will go up next hand and Alger will have to put in 40% of his stack blindly. So is 6-7 of diamonds good enough to shove all in here? Yes, it is. I agree with Alger here. going all in for 365. Still a chance to get the blinds and antes as well. Mark Metzla with the queen 10. He will fold. Peter with 9-4. He's not gonna make the call. Maruen from the big blind and an ace. Well, there's the fold equity realizing right here, right now. Alger going all in for 6 big blinds, gets even an ace on a big blind to fold. That is surprising to me, but at the same time understandable. Marwan doesn't want to lose half of his stack here, so he'd rather lose the 2 big blinds and maintain himself. All of that is good news for Dago. Dago can now even more take advantage of his chip lead, because now the shortest stack has 8.5, or maybe, yeah, a bit less because the blinds will go up. But still, they're all so close by, 2nd till 6th place. The difference between 2nd and 6th is about 5,000 euros. So Dago can still definitely go all in pretty wide here. Pretty wide. So the blinds have gone up to 80, 40 and 80, and Dago has learned his lesson, doesn't want to ship all in with the Jack 10 this time. I would have done it. If I'm Dago, I'm still going all in with the Jack 10. Let's see if it would have worked. Would have worked against Mark. Would have worked against Peter. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. There's 200k in the middle. You're risking 800,000. Would have worked against Ole, but Ole is going to go all in himself now. But Ole is not calling with the pocket 5s, in my opinion. But Ole is going all in for 745. Will he find any customers? That is the question. Marwen folds the 7-5. Alger folds the 9 deuce. So Ole adds an important 200,000 to his chip stack. Now almost back up to 1 million. 945k for Ole. Alger down to 4.5 big blinds. What brutal blinds they are, aren't they? Alger 4.5, Peter 7, Marwen 9, Mark 11, Ole 12, and Dago, our runaway chip leader, with 20 big blinds. Our 7th place finisher Anders got 2,125 euros, Per got 1,575 euros, and their 9th place finisher took home a bit more than 1,000 euros for his troubles. It's a 330 euro Deepstack Turbo tournament. Mark with 11 big blinds and Queen Jack of spades. That's a tough one. I am not gonna assume anything here. We're just gonna have to wait and see. I think Mark can he can shove here, he can min raise here, and he can even fold here. Mark elects to open this pot up with a raise. $175,000 is the raise, and Peter finds pocket 10s. And Peter is gonna go all in with his pocket 10s. And now will Mark feel like he's pot committed or not? Peter going all in for 570k. Mark will have less than 400,000 to call. There's 945 in the middle. So I'm guessing Mark will end up calling, but at the same time, leaving yourself with 700,000 is also important, but it's Alger instead with the short stack finding pocket kings here. And he will definitely put the chips in, and Peter is gonna be in a rough spot with his pocket 10s. What an unlucky time for Peter to find the pocket 10s. Lucky for him, Alger is the shortest stack of the tournament. Dago actually with a strong hand. Ace-10 for Tago, but after a raise, all-in, and a call behind him, he's gonna easily fold the Ace-10. Peter turns over the 10s. One of the 10s has been folded as well, and Alger in a great shape to more than triple, approximately triple up with his pocket kings here. With all the dead money, all the antes, Alger could join the million chip club should his kings hold up here against the single out of Peter. Peter needs a 10 of hearts and needs it. Can't even get it on the river because 10 of hearts would give Alger the flush. So Peter drawing dead in this spot. Alger now back up to 1 million in chips. What a great time to find kings, and Peter crippled down to 215,000 or 2.5 big blinds. So now everybody's looking forward for Peter to bust out to get another money ladder, and should be a great time for Tago to basically any to raise again. But after running into Ace-Jack with the Jack-10, Tago has taken his foot off the pedal a little bit. But just a little bit. Very evenly stacked tournaments here. You can see Maruen, who is 15 chips. Should he double up, he's gonna be the chip leader. That's the case for everybody at this table besides Peter now. But should Peter get it all in at the blinds and antes as well, he's gonna be right back in the mix with something like 8 big blinds. There were a total of 170 players in this 330 euro tournament, or 170 entries. First place gets 12,000 euros. Second, 7,275. Third, 5,550. Peter went all in for 215,000 with Jack-9. Maruen finds Ace-King. He's gonna reshove. So Peter gets the action he didn't want, but was willing to take the risk with the Jack-9 for his last 2.5 big blinds. But lucky for Peter, he does have 2 live cards here against the Ace-King. Probably the best case scenario to run into Ace-King here, should you get called with the Jack-9. Or one of the best case scenarios. Maruen taking his sweet time with the Ace-King and ends up going all in. Alger folds the Jack-Deuce. Tago lets go of the 10-8. Just Mark remaining. Jack-Deuce of hearts for Mark, and it's gonna be tough for Peter because a lot of the Jacks have been folded. So Maruen way ahead with his Ace-King, 71% against Peter's Jack-9, but I'm sure Peter is quite decently happy to see that he's up against Jack-9, not against something like Ace-Jack or something even better. So needs a Jack or a 9 to survive this all-in for 630k. Gets the 9 and gets 2 of them. 6-9-9 on a flop, and Maruen gets outdrawn, and he's drawing dead now. Peter will be back up to 630,000. Maruen left with 495,000, and now Maruen, our shortest stack, with 6 big blinds. And Peter, as we said, up to 8 big blinds and right back in the mix. Just started laughing when reading the tournament name Deepstack and then checking player stacks. That's true, but they did start with a Deepstack. Everybody got 300 big blinds to play with in the beginning. It's basically a Win TV Live Deepstack Super Turbo Tournament. 20-minute levels will do their jobs, won't they? And Dago said an allegory or analog to this tournament in Estonian. I will try and translate. He said it's basically like pulling a slot machine at this point in this tournament. Who gets the better cards will probably end up winning here. So it's a bit of a crapshoot, this final table. But Dago with the most amount of experience with these final tables. Let's see if he will make it pay as well, or make it cost. Maruen, our shortest stack, 6 big blinds. I think ace-9 is enough. Ace-9 is good enough. You definitely still have fold equity as well. Goes all in for 495. There's 200,000 in the middle to steal, and nobody can actually afford to lose against Maruen. So Maruen ships it all in, but Peter finds pocket jacks from the big blinds, and this time there will be blood because these guys are very evenly stacked. Peter will either be super crippled with 55k remaining, or he will eliminate Maruen in 6th place. 1.1 million in the middle. Maruen needs an ace, and he's gonna need it now. Gets a 9. Now also a 9 will help Maruen. Needs an ace or a 9. 5 outs for the Finnish player, or he will be our 6th place finisher. Gets the king of diamonds on the river, and Peter, who was crippled 2 hands ago, is now one of the chip leaders, up to 1.2 million in chips. Good game to Maruen. He will get 2,800 euros for his 6th place finish, and we are down to 5. 3 Estonians, 1 Norwegian, and if I'm not mistaken, 1 Icelandic player. But Peter does have Maruen slightly covered here by 55,000, and that's how fast the fortunes will change. Sorry, 4 Estonians and 1 Norwegian player remaining at this final table. So the home crowd advantage really working out for the 4 Estonians who entered this final table. Stein finishing 9th, Per in 8th, Anders in 7th, and now Maruen in 6th place. Everybody now guaranteed themselves 3,500 euros, playing for 12,000 euros here. Now the money jumps are getting serious. Dago still with the chip lead, but not a very big one. Five players remaining of the 170. Blinds are 40 and 80, meaning we have a total of 50 big blinds between those 5 players. And the blinds will go up one more time in 5 minutes. Alger, he's gonna fold to 5 deuce. Dago, now dwindled down to 1.4 million. From the cutoff, 6-5 off. Will we see a raise from the 6-5? Yes, we will. Raises it up to 160,000 or 2 times the big blind. Mark with a slightly better 7-6, but facing a raise. I think Mark is folding 7-6 from the button anyway. Peter Let's see how fearless Peter is here against Tago with his pocket fours. I mean, what a great spot to 3-bet shove. You can pick up 360k, and Tago definitely cannot call white, but at the same time, you don't want to risk your big stack against the chip leader, so he's gonna fold the fours. Ole has been quite active with the calls. I think Ole is gonna defend with the jack nine. Now, Ole is gonna call for 80,000, and we're gonna see at least one street of poker. Jägermeister, chip protector or card protector for Ole here. Just showing us what it's all about. 440k in the middle. Tago Dam versus Ole Johnny. Ole really would like to see a jack or a 9 high board here. There it is. There's the jack high board. And what a sick one. It's a pair of jacks for Ole, but an open-ended straight draw for Tago. So Tago can take the lead with a 3 or an 8. 8 would also give Ole an additional straight draw as well. 440 in the middle. Tago is gonna c-bet for 130. Was it 130 or 155? Yeah, 130. And will Ole just check raise, shove it in here? And will Tago call? That's these are the questions that will get answers in the next 5 seconds. Ole Johnny goes all in for 700,000, and Tago is gonna have to fold his open-ended straight draw. And now he's probably thinking to himself, damn it, I should have checked back and try and realize my equity. But I like to play. I love the fact that he's playing these spots aggressively, and they just haven't worked out now. Tago and Ole with, I think everybody with basically the same stack, aren't they? Everybody on about 1 million. Maybe a couple of big blind difference, but very evenly stacked final table at the moment. So we're basically looking for a cooler. Looking for a couple of strong hands to clash, one player to chip up, and then this player who will chip up will probably start applying a lot of pressure. But Tago had his opportunity, now has lost it a little bit, and now it's an honest man's job. Folds the 7-3. Mark, our shortest stack. Yeah, Mark with 500,000, rest of the field with 1.1, 1.2 million. Jack 7, is it good enough for an all-in? I don't think so. But Mark does actually go all in with the Jack 7. Sorry, I didn't even notice that Mark went wild with the Jack 7, and Ole Johnny finds Ace Jack off right behind him from the small blind. And Ole Johnny can definitely call the all in from Mark. And Mark is not gonna be in a good shape against Ole Johnny here. I mean, it's a 6 big blind shove. Ace Jack is doing fantastically against it, but Ole folds the Ace Jack. Well, call me surprised, guys. I think folding Ace Jack against 6 big blind shove is a bit too tight. What are you calling there? What are we waiting for? But Ole Johnny wants to, he either wants to go all in himself or just doesn't want to call off the short stack all in with the Ace Jack. So we know that Ole's range is probably a super tight one. What an interesting player to watch Ole Johnny is. Plays the deuce 4 off, folds the Ace Jack against 6 big blind shove. Just, you never know what you're gonna get. Ole Johnny is kind of like a box of chocolates, isn't it? After this the blinds will go up to 50,000, 100,000. So the average stack will be exactly 10 big blinds here. Peter with King 10. What an appetizing hand to shove with. But you can definitely still min raise as well. I mean, with the stacks being even, you're not gonna get shipped against too widely. But Peter loves the all-in option, goes all in from the cutoff with the king 10. There's 250,000 in the middle to be stolen away. Will Alger fold the ace jack though? Now, we saw Ole fold the ace jack against 6 big blind shove. Now this is for 9 big blinds effective. So will Alger make the completely different decision here with ace jack? We can see ace jack once again way ahead. Less ahead than Ole's ace jack would have been, but still ahead. And Alger will also fold the ace jack. Dago with ace 6 of hearts. Now he's gonna be left with 940k after he folds, and Peter takes the chip lead with the king 10. So players really hating the ace jack here. Johnny, la gente está mi loca. Welcome to the chat, Casino Patron. 5 players remaining in 330 euro Deepstack Championship. One of those 5 players will take home 12,000 euros and the trophy. Will it stay here in Estonia? 4 players from Estonia, but one of our chip leaders, Ole, wants to take the trophy back to Norway. So there's so much more value in going all in yourself instead of calling, is what I'm getting from these players. Those players really want to avoid calling all in and really want to have the option of everybody folding and going all in themselves. Ole folds the ace 8-7. Alger from the button, jack 8 of diamonds. I'm guessing jack 8 of diamonds is more of a all-in shove than ace jack is to call for Alger. So I'm guessing Alger might chip it in here with the jack 8 of clubs, of diamonds, sorry. But we will have to wait and see. Alger is decently aggressive player. Has been quite impressive in my opinion at this feature table. Let's go with the jack 8 though. Dago, queen 7 against Mark. Blind versus blind. They call it a robot hand because queen 7 is exactly in the middle of the hand strength. It's exactly in the 50th percentile. So there's a 50% chance of getting a better hand, a 50% chance of getting a worse hand than queen 7. So Dago goes all in knowing that a lot of the better hands won't even make the call. And Mark will not make the call with the jack 9. Dago gets very important 200k in chips added to his stack. Mark now down to 500,000 in chips. Everybody guaranteed themselves 3,500 euros now. Next money jump is up to 4,325 euros. As the local time approaches midnight, I think this will be decided in the next hour or so. Maybe hour and a half. But the blinds will go up mercilessly. And at some point, someone's gonna go all in and somebody finds anything to call with at least. So we're waiting for that inevitable flip or a cooler situation for approximately 2 million in chips. Somebody to really separate themselves from the rest of the field. Dago, ace 5 of diamonds, perfect hand to ship 11 big blinds all in with from the button. Ace 5 plays decently well against the calling range, Plus, you're going to generate a lot of folds with 11 big blinds. So Dago does exactly that, goes all in for 1.1 million. Mark will not make the call with the 8 high. Peter definitely cannot call with the king 2 soft, so another 250,000 for Dago. So Dago was down to 840, now back up to 1.4 million. So whoever wins the most amount of blinds and antes is gonna be the chip leader, basically. But Peter seems a little annoyed with Dago. He doesn't like Dago shoving into his big blind all the time. Gives him a little thumbs up for the aggressive play, but I'm sure he doesn't love it. Still 500. Still 50, 100 blinds. And we are playing 10 big blinds effective stacks. As we get a change of dealers, I want to let you guys know that tomorrow at 9 p.m. we will bring you the coverage of Pot Limit Omaha 4 and 5 cards, Pot Limit Omaha X-Max 8 Max final table. So every orbit we're playing either 4-card Omaha or 5-card Omaha, and on Sunday we will bring you the Coolbet Open main event, final day and final table. If you're looking to play tomorrow, so tomorrow the Coolbet Open, let me check the schedule real quick. Main event day 2 will be played tomorrow. There's a €150 8 game, 6 max 8 game coming up tomorrow, starting at 5 p.m. local time. Then there's the €440 mystery bounty day 1 playing tomorrow, with unlimited re-entries until day 1 will finish. Then there's €220 Sweden special day 1 playing out tomorrow, starting at 9 p.m. €220 No Limit Hold'em unlimited re-entry turbo tournament as well at 9 p.m. And Jevakim's Friday Fun Hyper Turbo at 11 p.m. for €150. Mark has gone all in. Peter has reshoved with the ace-jack. Peter is not a type of player to fold the ace-jack, unlike the rest of the final table list. So Mark is all in and at risk with the king 5. Peter is looking to eliminate Mark in 5th place. Let's see how the cards run out, guys. 1.1 million in the middle. Peter hits a jack high board. Mark adds a straight draw now. Needs a king or a queen on the river, or else Mark Metzla is eliminated in 5th place, and that's exactly how it runs out and how it plays out. Peter, our chip leader now. Mark Metzla finished in 5th place. He will receive a nice payday of €3,500, and everybody now guaranteed at least €4,325. Alger, our shortest stack now with 8.5 big blinds or 835k. Ole Johnny, 3rd in chips with 10 big blinds or 1 million in chips. Dago, 2nd place with 1.4 million. And Peter, 1st place with 1.8 million. So 4 players remaining. We have lost Stein in 9th place, Per in 8th place, Anders in 7th place, Maruen in 6th place, and our most recent bust out, Mark, in 5th place. And then there was 4. Again, should Alger double up here, he's gonna be the new chip leader. So nobody really wants wants to call all-ins unless they have the goods. We are getting another deck of cards, and Dago is asking that maybe they can add a little time to the tournament clock, because shuffling the deck takes a couple of minutes, and every minute counts for Dago. Proper knit thumb. I mean, you have to shoot every angle you can get. I mean, it is a turbo tournament, and you can understand why Dago wants the couple minutes back. Because he wants to play as much poker as possible until the blinds just eat him up. The tournament clock was paused by the request of Dago. Dago asked for the manager and told them that the customer is always right, and the manager says sure. Folds the ace-4. Maybe a bit surprisingly. I mean, four-handed, an ace should be good enough for raise. He's second in chips. Can definitely test the field a little bit by min-raising there. But everybody folds. Alger gets a walk. I'm sure he's happy to get as many walks as he can get. And our chip leader was down to 200k not too long ago. It was approximately 20 minutes ago when Peter was down to 200,000 and our shortest stack, and now he's chip leading it. Oh, how the fortunes can change in a turbo tournament. Now Tarmo in big blind. Dago, excuse me. And Peter will open the action with a fold, as will Ole. Now Alger, blind versus blind, 10-9. Is he a type of player to try and limp in here? Is he a type of player to ship it all in against Dago? Or is he a type of player to just fold to 10-9? I mean, it would hurt him physically, I would assume, at least, to just fold open fold to 10-9. I assume we're gonna see an all-in, knowing that Dago cannot call super wide, especially cannot call with the 10-3, so he's gonna fold. Alger now back up to 1.1 million, Dago down to 1.2 million in chips. We have lost already 166 players. This is day 2 of the Deepstack Championship. Yesterday the players played for 19 levels. We resumed the action on level 19 with 23 players today. We have lost 19 of those 23 players. Min cash was for 550, and now everybody has guaranteed themselves 4,325. Ole Johnny with a suited ace folds the suited ace. And what a good time to fold the suited ace, because Alger finds pocket eights. And it would have been interesting to see if Ole goes all in, will Alger call with the eights? Because as I understand, the players really want to avoid calling all-ins. They want to go all in themselves if at all possible. So Alger does exactly that. Ships it in for 1.1 million and gets the blinds and antes now up to 1.3 million after this hand. Peter still our chip leader, even after losing 200k this hand, still with 1.6 million. Total prize pool of the tournament was approximately 50,000. 49,475 euros, with the lion's share going to these 4 players. First place 12,000, second place 7,200, third 5,500, and 4,300 for fourth. Alger, ace 10 now. Another strong hand for Alger. Is it an all-in hand or is it a min-raise hand? That is the question for Alger. I mean, Alger is on a bit of a roll here. Raises it up to 200,000. And gets rid of Dago. Peter, our chip leader, finds a monster of ace queen of clubs, and I don't see anything but an all-in coming here. Peter is going all in with the ace queen. Now will Per find anything to call with, because I'm pretty sure Alger is raise folding the ace 10. I'm pretty sure Alger does not want to call the ace 10. Yeah, it doesn't even take too long time to find the fold, just basically snap folds here and kind of gets away from the cooler. There are quite a few players who will just open shove the ace 10 and leave it up to the cards, knowing that they're not gonna get called pretty widely. But Alger, knowing that he's not gonna get 3-bet shoved on super widely as well, so gets away from the ace 10, and Peter now up to 2 million in chips. 40% of the tournament chips in Peter's hands. Should he find a couple more blinds in antes, he's up to 50%. But Dago's turn to find ace queen now. Dago, 11 big blinds, ace queen. I assume you don't really want to generate a lot 3-bet shoves, so you're just gonna go all in yourself. Even though your ace queen is gonna be in a decent shape against a 3-bet shove, you still want to generate quite a few folds, because the blinds and antes are just so valuable. Ole Johnny with a pocket deuces. He's gonna fold the pocket pair. Alger with a slightly better pocket pair. Pocket fours for Alger. But Alger is not calling. Alger is folding the pocket fours. He's not calling to flip. He's definitely going all in with the fours himself, but to call off the chips, nah, he's not doing it. But definitely thinks it through. I think leaving himself with 935k behind is a bit more valuable than hoping for a flip here. So he does end up folding. And Dago now up to 1.4. Peter, 2 million. Ole Johnny with 7.5 big blinds, playing 4-handed. This 7.5 dwindles down super quickly. So Ole needs to find a hand to go all in with. He needs to find it in the next 6 hands. But will Peter continue to apply pressure with the chip lead that he has? 6-7 for Peter. Nah, it's a fold. Ole needs to find something to go all in with. That is definitely good enough to go all in with. I think we're gonna see exactly that. From the button, King 9. He's going all in for 735. Alger folds the 7 deuce. Dago folds the 8-5, and Johnny now back up to almost 1 million. Buys himself another round of poker, as we're playing 50,000, 100,000. Final 4 players here in Coolbet Open. A nice international field where Estonians, 3 Estonians have made it to the top 4. They definitely want to keep the trophy home, but Ole is not gonna make it easy for the local players. Now finds ace queen. Something tells me we're gonna see another all in from Ole here. Something ace queen-ish. So Ole going all in for 985. Players are just switching positions of who gets on a little mini heater and gets a couple of blinds and antes. Still waiting for somebody to find anything to call with. Peter's Jack-6 definitely isn't good enough to call Ole, and Ole now back up to 1.2 million. And Ole is starting to gather a little bit of a crowd here. The Norwegian players really rooting on one another. We saw it yesterday on the Nations Cup final as well, where it was Estonia versus Norway in Tallinn, Estonia, and Norway drew a lot bigger crowd. So gotta love the Norwegian community. Just really supporting each other here on every final table. Alger, king 5 of hearts, close, very close, knowing that he's gonna be in the big blind next hand. I think it's kind of a coin flip here. I think he probably should shove here, but it's super close. Knowing that he's gonna have to put in 200,000 blind the next hand, he has to generate as many folds as possible, and with 9 big blinds he can do exactly that. He raises it up to 500,000. Folded all the way to Peter in the small blind with queen 10. Does Peter feel like gambling? No, he does not. He's not a gambler, he's a poker player. So love the raise from Alger. Now keeps himself in the mix by shoving hands like this up to 1.1 million, and the blinds have also gone up to 60,000, 120,000. So 60,000, 120,000 for the blinds, meaning that the average stack is once again 10 big blinds. 40 big blinds total in play, or 43 or something like that. Tago, 10-3, not good enough. Peter, 4-3. Will this be good enough? It was good enough for Tago at some point. Going all in with the 4-3 of diamonds, exactly. With the chip lead as well. So a bit of an uneventful hand, and we are very evenly stacked. Peter can definitely take advantage of this small chip lead and open up a bit wider, but at the same time he doesn't want to. I mean, any pot is worth the price. It's worth its price in gold, basically. Eight, 4 for Peter. Folds, as will Ole. Alger, king queen, against his countermate Tago, blind versus blind. This is basically a fist bump snap shove. Very easy all in coming up from Alger, and will Tago find anything to call with? So there's the all in, and there's the 4-3 for Tago. Tago now our shortest stack with 900,000. Alger up to 1.4 million. $1.4 million. Ole has stood up from the table, probably stretching legs a little bit. Hopefully he will be back by the start of this next hand, because the blinds and antes, they're so important. You can't really afford to sit out this final table here. And it looks like Ole is sitting out this hand. Loses an opportunity to ship it all in with the pocket deuces, we could see. Ah, what a good time to sit out if you're Ole, because I'm 100% sure if Ole is sitting in this hand, he's going all in for 975 with pocket deuces, and he would have ran into Alger's pocket aces, and by not playing the hand and by sitting out, his tournament life is still intact. What a weird situation here But Alger finds pocket aces here. He's gonna open it up with a raise to 250,000. Gets a fold from Tago. Will Peter defend the big blind with the king 4 though? But Peter doesn't want to defend, and Alger does not get any action with the aces, but he will definitely take the 300k in the middle. I mean, 300k in the middle by the blinds and antes is something like 6% of the total tournament chip stack. So, I mean, anytime you take the blinds and antes, you're happy. You're taking 6% of the total chip stacks. So once again, we are down to final 4 players in the Coolbet Open Deepstack Championship. And we are very shallow stacked at this final table. Alger with the chip lead now, folds the 4 deuce. Tago, queen 6. Peter. A slight, but still a decent chip advantage against Ole. He's gonna fold the 10-5 and Ole gets a walk with 4 deuce. So, Tago now, our shortest stack with 7 deuce, looks quite annoyed here. Turnasi võidetaksegi siit outfit'is. Yeah, exactly. But if Ole ends up actually winning this tournament, he's gonna have to thank this one hand that he stood up from the table and didn't run into aces here. Peter folds the 10-9. Ole, king 10. I think it's good enough for a shove. Yeah, he's going all in with the king 10, blind versus blind for 8 big blinds, and Alger with king deuce is not gonna make the call. He's gonna get the chip count. Alger might call against something like 6 big blinds here, but maybe not even that. He doesn't want to risk half his stack. Against 4 big blinds he's calling. 4.5 maybe. $60,000, $120,000 in the middle. 4 soldiers remaining. Nobody wants to bust out. I'm surprised that the players haven't even considered making a deal here. We're playing for, I mean, 4th place gets 4,325 euros. 1st place gets 12,000 euros. Our average stack is less than 10 big blinds, and we are playing for a lot of money. So in this crapshoot situation, I would definitely at least consider making a deal. There can't be too big of an edge for anybody here. From what I've seen, especially, everybody's decent enough to know when they have to shove, to know when they have to make moves. Ole is doing exactly that, going all in with king queen, gets queen jack to fold. Tago folds to 9-3, now left with just 600,000. And Tago says that it's such a rough feeling that when the blinds are so high and you're card dead, you just absolutely 2 orbits go by and you lose it all basically. Tago's 600k is exactly worth 2 orbits full of blinds and antes. Ole Johnny 96 or 69. He's gonna fold. Alger, queen 7. Folds the queen 7. Tago now with 4.5 big blinds behind. He's gonna go all in with the 9-7, hoping that Peter doesn't find anything to call him with. And Peter has 8-6 of hearts, and he's not gonna risk it with the 8-6 of hearts. And Tago gets some fresh air, or at least buys himself one round of poker more. 13 big blinds for Ole Johnny. He's our chip leader. Alger second in chips with 12 big blinds. Peter third with 10 big blinds, and Tago still our shortest stack with 7 big blinds. I think all of these 4 players have held the chip lead at one point. Alger a bit too big of a stack to raise with Queen 3. Tago actually should probably shove the King 3 of hearts. Just go after that 300k while you still have decent amount of fold equity. So Tago is going all in with the King 3, but will Peter make the call with A7? Peter has been quite tight against Tago's shoves, but A7 is somewhere between the line, I would think, for Peter. Probably knows that Tago is shoving quite wide there, but I think Peter doesn't exactly know how wide Tago is shoving there. So he's gonna fold the A7, and Tago now back up to 1.1 million in chips. Difference between chip leader and last place is 2.5 big blinds. So one set of blinds in the antes separates the chip leader and the short stack. Anybody's game. Definitely anybody's game at this point. Tago folds the Queen 6. Peter, Queen deuce. Will Peter go after the blinds and antes now with the Queen deuce? Yes, he will. The fearless Peter from Estonia goes all in with the Queen deuce with 10 big blinds. Gets 7 deuce to fold, and will definitely get the Jack 8 to fold as well. And Peter now up to 1.5. Just a matter of who gets to go all in first, basically. Whoever gets to go all in first wins the hand, and we move on. Until somebody finds anything to call with, obviously. Just a game of tempo at the moment here in Deepstack Championship final table. Peter, King deuce, not good enough to raise. At least I would assume. Yeah, Peter thought about it but folded. Ole Johnny, 10-7 of hearts, will hit the muck. Alger, King 3 for approximately 10 big blinds effective, blind versus blind. How do you approach? I mean, it's a good candidate to just call with, but knowing that Tago is it's a kind of like waving a red flag to a bull when you just limp in blind versus blind against Tago. But yeah, Alger will make the call for extra 60,000 with the King 3. Obviously, Alger has a few strong hands that he will trap with as well to balance things out. And Tago takes the flop with the Queen 5. So finally we get to see a flop here after, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 hands of just pre-flop all-ins and folds. King 3 against Queen 5 and bottom 2 pair for Alger. Difficult for Alger to get paid here, but a very good flop for Alger though. I expect to see a bet of 120,000. I don't know if Alger agrees with me, but 120k would make the most amount of sense here. Yeah, bets exactly 120,000. Tago, unless Alger has something like ace or king or he limped with a strong hand. Dago might feel like his queen high might be good here, so he's gonna float one card off here. He's gonna call the 120, 600,000 in the middle now, and Dago with 780 behind. 9 of hearts on a turn. Will Alger continue betting here, or will Alger give Dago a chance to steal this one away? There are plenty of hands that Alger will keep up here with, but at the same time, there are plenty of hands that he will continue bluffing here with. So I'm guessing you kind of want to get value from your 2-pair as well. And maybe check something like a naked king. We'll see. Bets for 200,000, and I think that's all she wrote for Dago in this hand. 9 of hearts is not the best card to continue calling with on a queen high, in my opinion at least. It's just too many randomness, too many difficult river cards, and it's just a great board for Alger to continue bluffing here with as well. So you're most likely gonna face a river shove, and queen high is just a super difficult hand to call down with. But Dago does not agree with me whatsoever. Continues calling with just the naked queen high. 6 of spades on the river. Alger still ahead with kings and 3s. Dago has been sticky with just queen high. There was a flush draw on the flop that now completed on the river. So the most obvious draw made it there on the river. Obviously, blind versus blind, the ranges are infinitely wide. I still expect Alger to go all in on the river with. Try and get some value from hands like King 8, King 7, King 10, and so on and so on. Alger instead elects to check the river. Dago checks it back and hopes to see that his queen high is good. He's super surprised when Alger says that he has 2-pair, and Dago, by not folding the queen high, is now left with just 555,000. Friedrich says that he's finished 6th out of 168 players in the free roll for a 25 euro payday. Ship it! Good game, Friedrich. Congratulations. Turn that 25 into a 25k now, I think. Or cash it out. Do however you please. But I would recommend turning that 25 into 25k though. All right, Dago is crippled now. Alger, our chip leader with 1.8 million. Will Alger start applying pressure? We haven't seen Alger with a decent chip lead thus far. But Dago now left with just 4.5 big blinds in dire straits. Just 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining of this level. Ole finds pocket aces. And will he get any action? That is the question. Pocket aces, 11 big blinds. That's exactly what dreams are made of. On a very decent Coolbet Open Deepstack Championship final table. He's just praying to get any value at all. And he's gonna raise it up, and he's gonna raise it up quite large. I love the fact that he's basically going all in here. Like, I love the raise. Dago folds the 4 deuce. Peter with 10-9. Let's go of his hand, and Ole doesn't get any extra action here. Next levels will be 80,000, 100, and 60,000. So the average stack will dwindle down to about 7 big blinds. I mean, at some point we must lose a player, shouldn't we? And Tago Tammel is looking in a prime spot to be the next all-in player. At least an all-in player who's gonna get called. With only 495,000, he will be left with 3 big blinds the next hand. Alger, ace 10 off for the Estonian. And he's gonna raise it up. Raises it up to 300,000 in chips. Tago folds the A3. Peter, ace 5 now. I mean, I'm not 100% sure Peter is folding here, but nah, it's a quick fold from Peter. Peter could definitely ship it in here, but Ole Johnny finds ace king. And now we definitely will see an all-in. And Alger has raise folded ace 10 once already. Last time it was against ace queen of Peter. This time it's Ole Johnny finding the ace king against Alger. And if Alger can get rid of 2 ace 10s in a very shallow stacked final table, I mean, hats off to Alger. His strategy must be working here. But let's wait and see what happens here. Ole gets a count, raises it up to approximately 600,000 or even more. Sorry, way more. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, basically all in. 800,000. Alger folds, and Ole Johnny now up to 1.9 million. But that is where our players have kind of found a blockade. Because none of these guys have managed to chip up to more than 2.5 million. Plenty of them have been to this 2 million chip spot, but then something happens and somebody else gets up to 2 million and so on and so forth. So nobody has broken through just yet. Will we see Ole do it? Tago with just 3 big blinds because the blinds have gone up to 80,000, 160,000. Folds the queen high. Peter. Very likely that we're gonna see an all-in from Peter with queen jack off. He's gonna go all in, gets rid of one player, gets rid of Alger as well, and I mean, it's 400,000 in the middle every time you get the blinds and antes. I can't say it enough. Now, this time, now with these levels, you're actually gaining 8% of the total chips in play every time you just take the blinds and antes. So whoever gets to go all in first is the real winner here, basically. Because we're still evenly stacked. Nobody wants to call without a monster. So if you get to go all in first, you're the lucky guy. And Tago is basically all in blind this hand. Just 1 big blind remaining, or behind, for Tago Tamm. So Tago needs to pray that he actually finds a good hand here, because he's pot committed. Tago against 3 hands. Peter won't join the party with 7-4. Well, we don't even know if it's gonna be a party. Maybe Tago gets a walk. Ole Johnny, ace 6. If I'm Ole Johnny, I'm min raising here. I'm going all in against Tago, but I'm knowing that the small blind player Alger is not reshoving wide here, so I'm actually min raising to a6, but Ole Johnny decides to go all in himself. Dago Dam makes the call with his queen 5 because he was basically all in anyway. And Ole Johnny looking in a good spot to eliminate Dago in 4th place, and we might finally see a bust out. But Dago needs a queen or a 5. Does not get a queen or a 5. 5 would not help him. Now needs a queen or a 6. Now a 6 won't help him. Needs a jack or a 6 and gets the 6 on the river. So both players with a 10 high straight. Ole's straight gets counterfeited and Dago miraculously stays alive in this tournament and actually gains a few chips here. Gains like 40,000 in chips here by getting a straight on the river. Now up to 455,000. Christian, you should be afraid of No Degiri now, because you were using the branded trademark real winner here. I'm just really praying that Brigitte is not watching at the moment, and nobody sends the clip over to Brigitte. But in case I get the No Degiri, Coolbet, thank you for covering me. All the lawyer fees will be sent right over to Coolbet. Dago, Dago, Dago. Still with just 3 big blinds. So we're gonna see him go all in once or twice in the next 5 hands for sure. Ole Johnny with ace 3 now. Will he continue to play the ace aggressively? No, not this time. Folds the ace, and what a time to fold the ace, because Alger finds ace king. I mean, you have 1.1 million, there's 400k in the middle. By just getting the blinds and antes, you're increasing your chip stack by 38%. It's an easy decision, you're going all in, and you wouldn't even mind if you're getting called with ace king, obviously. Dago folds the queen deuce. Staying staying alive is the name of the game. $80,000. 160,000. Not a lot of playroom. I mean, there's 0 playroom. There's only 2 moves here. There's all in and there's folds. And maybe blind versus blind you can limp in, but just 4 guys hoping to get lucky cards at this point. Peter, Ole, our biggest stacks. Alger in the mix as well with 1.5 million. Folds the 9 to 5. Dago's going all in with the jack 7, and Peter finds ace queen of clubs, so Dago's all in is gonna get at least called. But Peter is gonna reshove for 1.3 million. Ole actually with a decent ace 8 himself as well, but he's gonna fold the ace 8, so Dago all in and at risk with jack 7 off against Peter's ace queen suited. Dago needs to get lucky one more time, but should Dago actually hit the jack or 7, he's right back in it with 1.1 million. And there it is. There's the 7 on the flop, but just to keep it interesting, it's 2 overcards and a flush draw for Peter. Peter hits the queen on a turn, so Tago needs to get super lucky now on the river. Instead, it's the 8 of clubs on the river, giving Peter the super nuts. And Tago Tam has been eliminated in 4th place. He will take home 4,325 euros, and we are down to our final 3 players. And I have some news for you guys. We are gonna go on a small break just because these remaining 3 players are gonna go sit out for a while and discuss a deal. So these players are gonna go out and discuss a deal, and whether they're gonna make a deal or not, and what the deal will be and how much will be left to play for, will be discussed after we come back. So we will be back in about 5 minutes to give these guys a chance to discuss a deal, because 3rd place is 5,500 euros, 2nd place 7,200 euros, but 1st place is 1,200 euros, so 7k difference. Basically 2nd place money difference between 3rd and 2nd place. It's very much understandable these guys want to discuss it. Let's give them this opportunity, and we will be right back.
Sitting here live in Tallinn, Coolbet Open, just finished Nation Cup, and the runner-up, Christian Arstad, 6. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel?
Now happy. Been a fun tournament, fun concepts, and yeah, it is what it is.
Can I walk us through the process? Nation Cup, what is it and what's the concept in Norway?
Well, we started off with open quarterfinals, free-for-all, and if you win that one, well, 1st and 2nd got a seat in the semi-final. So we were 12 or 14, I think, playing a semi-final, and the winner got a package here and a seat in the final.
And you got the package, and you got the seat, and you got runner-up. Congratulations again, it's amazing.
So it's a fun concept, right? It's just from a low roller concept, and yeah, so I was just thrilled to be representing Norway, since I'm a streamer as well, and I got my rail here, and everything's awesome.
I was just about to say, your rail here was fantastic. I mean, and that has to support you. It's like a football team.
Yeah, of course. They told me up front they were going to come and rail, and of course that's fun being the representative of Norway.
So you are a streamer, and you stream at Coolbet and other sites. How does it feel, and why do you choose to stream at Coolbet?
Just the community. It's so much fun. With Coolbet Open, I've been to many of them, and I'm just glad to represent Coolbet.
And would you say that you're a good poker player in the real world, or better in online, or where is your strength?
Well, when you phrase it like that, I 100% most like to play live. Meeting the people, look them in the eyes when we play, spot the fish like yourself, and yeah, so much more fun when I play live.
Thank you for that, I like you very much. Can you try to scream like me? Heja Sverige!
Heja Sverige för helvete!
Oh, happiness! People got angry here. Last but not least, while in Tallinn, any recommendation what to do outside poker?
Oh, I just love the old town. Been around the old town, visited a big church up in the tower. I think so many fun bars, good restaurants. It's so much fun to do here.
Tallinn delivers.
It does, it does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the Coolbet Poker Manager. We're back here in Tallinn for the 7th edition of Coolbet Open. We're very excited to see you all. Welcome.
My name is Anders Burget. I'm the head of gaming operations in Bombay Club and also Chesterfield Poker Club. Now, I wanted to thank Coolbet for choosing us as their next base. Thank you for coming back to Estonia. Good luck, everyone.
Welcome to Tallinn, Coolbet Open 2024, official open. See you soon. Coolbet Open 2024 is here again, back in Tallinn. Yesterday, what a day. We had the Coolbet Open warm-up full house. We, of course, played shuffleboard. We had a lesson with Joakim showing the tricks how to play a very, very fun bar game, but also quite competitive. Friends, new and old, met, enjoyed the day. And, of course, there were some poker actions. We had a warm-up tournament, and today, the real thing starts. Main event, day 1A. We have Nations Cup coming up. And of course, I think 6 or 7 side events at a full Chesterfield and Nordic Hotel Forum. If you haven't yet got your flight ticket, buy it now. We have 6 days of poker ahead. Welcome to Coolbet Open 2024.
So here we are at Coolbet Open 2024, and standing next to me is Jimmy Enterby, who won an amazing treat in Sweden. How did you get there, sir?
I qualified through Coolbet, and it was, I think it was 6 qualifications appearance, and I won 4 of them. So I have 4 packages to this trip, so it went quite well, and my plan is to win this semi-final as well now to Nations Cup.
But that's quite insane. So every country had their own Nation Cups, apparently. And Sweden had 6 different online qualifiers, and you scooped home 4.
Yes, 4 of them. So I'm happy with that, you can say.
Did you bring mom and dad and sister, brother? Who got the packages? You got 4 packages, understood?
Yeah, exactly. But I have 2 friends with me.
Very nice, very nice. And today then you have the semi-final.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back to beautiful Tallinn, Estonia and Chesterfield Poker Club, where Coolbet Open is being played out this weekend and throughout this whole week actually. And we are with our final 3 players on this Deepstack Championship tournament. The players took a short break to figure out a deal, and the deal has been made. These guys have all guaranteed themselves a nice chunk of change. Johnny takes home 7,337 euros. Alger 7,242 euros, and Peter 7,762 euros. Plus they are still playing for the title and 2,483 euros. So should Peter win this one, he's gonna take home more than 10,000 euros from this tournament. But should Johnny or Alger win this one, they're gonna win close to 10,000 euros. So I'm excited to see how this one plays out. The Deepstack tournament isn't that deep any longer, and now once the deal has made, I'm pretty sure the play is gonna get even more fast and loose than it has been. We have lost in 4th place Tago Tamm, the most accomplished player of this final table. Definitely a sigh of relief for all these guys. But yeah, still 2,483 euros to play for, plus the elusive Coolbet Open Deepstack Championship title and the bragging rights, and either 10,000 euros or close to 10,000 euros, depending on which of these 3 guys ends up winning this crapshoot of a final table. My name is Christian Laas. Blinds are 80,000, 160,000, meaning that the average stack is 11 big blinds, boys. 11 big blinds. All at Johnny with 9.5 of those big blinds. Definitely good enough to go all in here. 400k in the middle. The deal has already been made. Everything to win and nothing to lose now. Basically, it doesn't matter if you get 2nd or 3rd, you need to ship this one. All at Johnny goes all in with the King 9. Peter, let's go off the Jack 8. And all at Johnny now up to 1.9 million against couple players with 1.5 and 1.7. So very, very, very evenly stacked. Peter took home the most amount of money from the deal, but whoever wins this one ends up winning, definitely winning more. 7 more minutes of this level, after which we will switch to 100,000 and 200,000. Very good showing for all these guys. I'm not 100% sure about their biggest live cash, but it's definitely up there. Definitely already a successful Coolbet Open for all of these guys. Alger, 65 of spades. I mean, it's definitely decent enough hand to go all in with, but at the same time, after a deal, it kind of loses its value. I think 65 is like, I think before the deal, Peter would definitely fold the ace-7, but now that the deal is done, we're just playing for the win. Peter is more likely to call with these middling aces. So Peter makes the call with the ace-7, and Ole Johnny finds ace-king on the big blind, and it could be over right here, right now. Ole Johnny he has to make the call with the ace-king, so whoever wins this hand will more than likely win the whole tournament. I mean, Ole, it's ace-king of diamonds. You have to do it, Ole. Let's finish this thing up. Ole makes the call with the ace-king, and we have a monster of a pot. Who has the biggest stack here? I think Peter slightly covers Ole here. Or does he? No. Ole with the best hand and the biggest stack here. So Ole has both players covered, but Alger actually doing quite well with 6-5 here against ace-7 and ace-king. So this is it, guys. This is it, guys. Whoever wins this pot will probably win the Deepstack Open. Hey! Ole Johnny flops both players dead. Absolutely flops the nuts. Peter and Alger can't hit anything to get them out of trouble, and Ole Johnny actually had the biggest stack going all in as well, meaning that Ole Johnny from Norway is our Coolbet Open Deepstack Championship winner and the title holder. He will get 7,337 plus 2,483 euros, meaning that he will take home 9,820 euros. 9,820 euros for our winner. Second place goes to Peter for 7,762 euros, and Alger will get third place for 7,242 euros. Congratulations to everybody who reached the final table. Congratulations to our winner, and congratulations to us all. But guys, before I leave you, I'm very excited to tell you that tomorrow's coverage will be pot limit Omaha 4 and 5 cards. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. we will get to bring you some PLO action, and I will be here with you guys for it all. So definitely press those follow buttons, press the subscribe buttons so you won't miss any action. And if you're interested or if you're nearby, Coolbet Open is still open. Plenty of tournaments to be played, so you can join us here in Tallinn, Estonia, in the heart of city center, in Chesterfield Poker Club and Nordic Hotel. But until tomorrow, I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.